Series left off last week at Portland, and that is with Shane Van Gisbergen at the front. In qualifying earlier today, he laid down the fastest laps. He will start on the pole. Just to his outside will be NASCAR Cup Series regular Ty Gibbs. Mark, not ready to engrave the trophy yet. A lot of people favoring Shane Van Gisbergen, but this is a race. It's not a fast car contest.
Absolutely. A.J. Allmendinger in that group. Sam Mayer, you can't forget about him. Justin Allgaier, he too has won a road course race on the Xfinity Series. A lot of different storylines. We'll talk to some of the drivers, as a matter of fact, when we return to Sonoma Raceway.
The Zip Buy Now, Pay Later 250 from Sonoma Raceway is brought to you by State Water Heaters. When you need a water heater, make sure you get a State. Visit statewaterheaters.com to find a professional installer near you. Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit progressive.com. O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. Brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza. Find your next pizza at huntbrotherspizza.com. Toyota. For the latest Toyota racing information, visit toyotaracing.com. And by Geico. Geico's mobile app has 24/7 claim service and on-the-go policy info. It's easy to Geico.
Engine light on, take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is NASCAR racer Michael Waltrip with Echo Park, the official used car of Speedway Motorsports. I'm inviting you to Echo Park's Coffee Cup Series. This NASCAR season, me and Echo Park will be arriving to the tracks early to meet fans over a cup of coffee and check out some of their cars. Plus, you can win a VIP ticket upgrade and ride in the pace car. Ooh, talk about a whole new meaning to pre-race jitters. Echo Park, every car, happy owner.
Today's broadcast is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Also protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance, and cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. All that from Progressive Insurance. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Time to pull down on the handle and start rolling them here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
The green flag flies at the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
We're about to contest the Coca-Cola 600. We're racing at Texas Motor Speedway.
Now Keselowski goes way up the racetrack.
Here comes Harrison Burton. He rockets to the lead.
Trouble. Car goes around. It's Chris Buescher.
Joey Logano battles to the outside. They come back to the start-finish line.
Bubba Wallace looks inside. And now here's Byron. Takes a quick left to block him. They head back to one.
Here goes Ross Chastain. He's going to the bottom of the racetrack.
Bubba goes up. Blaney hits the outside wall off of turn 2.
Can Christopher Bell do anything with him? He gets down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Briscoe dives to the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side. They get loose. They spin. Now Tyler Reddick does a 360. So does Briscoe.
Heading into turn number 7 as he wraps it around. The crowd is cheering for Daniel Suarez here on this final lap.
Allmendinger gets into Alex Bowman. Ross Chastain back out to the front for the final time.
This is PRN.
Sorry.
Welcome back to Sonoma Raceway, where we are getting set for today's NASCAR Xfinity Series Zip 250. The 38 drivers who will start today's race are about to be introduced. We have 3 O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters behind the stage ready to talk to them. Brett McMillan, Wendy Venturini, and Alan Cavano, O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. Alan Cavano, let's start with you.
And I found WNBA superstar Kelsey Plum's going to give the most important words here. You just dropped 18 points last night, and now you're here at NASCAR. Welcome to NASCAR.
Thank you. No, I'm super excited to be here. This is so fun. I can't even put it into words.
I know there are nerves associated with being a professional athlete, but you have to say the most important words here.
I feel like it's going to be hard to mess that up. I did a lot of research. I'm not going to be Ric Flair, but I'll be all right.
That's great to hear. Thank you for being here. Congrats on making the Olympic team. Go get us a gold medal and enjoy your NASCAR experience.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Brett McMillan.
All right, here we
Justin Allgaier, great run last week in Portland, and everything but the win. How about today? You got a great starting point.
Oh, well, everything but the win last week, unfortunately. That was pretty disappointing, but at the same time, we got another back-to-back road course, and coming here to Sonoma, such an awesome racetrack. The new surface is really good, and we have a special main team this weekend to have all the brand partners and Rev 1 Energy, Trademark Nitrogen, and Precision Build on our Chevrolet Camaro is really, really good looking race car, and a car that I think has the speed to try to go win the race today. So strategy is going to be important, tire conservation is going to be important, but I think you're going to have to let loose a little bit, throw caution to the wind, and go try to win this thing.
It is a cool looking paint scheme. Black stripes down the side of it, man. Great looking car for Justin Allgaier. Starts 5th, Wendy Venturini.
I'm with Jesse Love. Jesse Love starts 6th today here at Sonoma Raceway. I just heard you say to Shane Van Gisbergen you had a nice gift for him because he's fast. How do you feel about your car today?
Yeah, I told my mate SPG I got him a flight back home.
Car 14 just hit the fastest lap, 30.073.
No, he's obviously really good, and that's the guy that I've been looking at for SMT all day, trying to find a little bit of speed myself. So I'm going to roll off 6. I feel pretty good about it. Got a fast wheel in Chevrolet, and overall, I think that we're right there in the hunt for a really good finish. Just got to clean up a few small things, but I think we got a good race car that makes a lot of speed.
What's the toughest part of the racetrack for you, Jesse?
Honestly, I'd say the cookie cutter corners, the turn 11, the turn 10, like the corners that turn 4, they feel slow, and for some reason I'm having a hard time getting off those corners with some good drive. So I'm going to try to move some speeds around, move some things around myself inside the car, and try to make some more grip out of it.
All right, have fun out there. That's Jesse Love. He starts 6th, and I send it over to Brett McMillan.
Here with AJ Allmendinger. Well, this is the home game. How special would a win here be for you?
Yeah, it'd be huge. We got a lot of family and friends here. People that have known me basically my whole life. So, yeah, hopefully we get to still see Chevy closer to the front. We're close, but we definitely need some more. But we'll do everything we can to try to make it happen.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
AJ Allmendinger starting in that 4th spot. Alec Cavana.
And I'm with the driver. Everybody will be chasing Shane Van Gisbergen. Do you like being in that position? You are the hunted one today.
Of course, it means you're on pole, but there's some fast cars here for sure. In our race runs yesterday, there was a lot of people very close to us, so it's not going to be plain sailing for sure. And these NASCAR races, anything can happen, and it seems to. So, yeah, try and stay out of trouble. We'll see how we go.
We'll have the best view to start. We'll see if we can get to victory lane. Wendy Venturini.
John Hunter Nemechek starting 7th today with the dual Hosco Safeway Albertsons colors today. We were just talking to Shane about he is very fast here. What have you learned about your competition out on the racetrack this weekend? Have you learned anything from watching their SMT?
Yeah. I mean, Shane has definitely been the fastest guy here this weekend.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
Road course background, he should be theoretically, but overall, he's been fast. There's been a lot of cars that have been fast, so it seems like Ty's fast. We were pretty quick. I messed up my final round qualifying. We probably should have qualified 3rd, of course. So I feel good about our Toyota Jura Supra. I think that we can tune on it throughout the race. Just getting out of the cup car, hopefully that helps me a little bit, but it's definitely sunny. It's starting to get a little bit slick, so we're going to lay down some rubber and hopefully hold on and be there at the end when it counts.
All right, have fun out there. John Hunter Nemechek.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
Alec Cavana.
Starting on the 2nd row will be Austin Hill, coming off a great run at Coda where you finished 2nd. What's your biggest challenge today to get the victory on a road course?
Well, I think that we're starting up front, so that was kind of one of the biggest hurdles for us to make sure we had track position with our Bennett Chevrolet. Once we start the race, it's just going to be track
car
position,
83 just hit the fastest lap, 30.018.
Super fast with the new repave, but you can still buzz tires, you can spin them up whenever you want to. So I think you got to balance how hard
outside
you run to not make
still there. Hold your line.
And get them too hot.
You're clear high, clear high.
Position, so it's kind of like a fine line there. I think once you get settled in and you get rolling, if I have a little bit of a gap, I'm going to have to probably manage my wheel spin on exit to make sure I have something longer into a run. But I feel really good about our car. I think everybody at RCR, ECR's done a phenomenal job this weekend. We really stepped our game up from Portland weekend. We struggled there, so we have a really good car today.
Austin Hill starts 3rd today, and he's confident, Brett McMillan.
All right, Cole Custer, you ran a bunch of races here in the Cup Series, finished in the top 10 here last year in the Xfinity Series. How much has this track changed with the new repave?
Honestly, I mean, it's still feels like the same Sonoma. It's just going a lot faster, you know. I mean, the cars, it's still just as technical. It's just as hard to get around. It's just everything happens that much faster. So you definitely have to have your car underneath you, and with how fast the corners are now, it's really
that was your fastest lap of the session.
But I think it's the same deal. If you can really grind away at it today and try and keep yourself clean, you'll be there at the end. So I think we have a solid Oscillation Ford Mustang. Wish we were a little better, but I know our guys are the best at being there at the end of the race, so we'll grind away at it.
Cole Custer starting 12th today. And we'll be back with more pre-race from Sonoma Raceway right after this.
Can you handle the smoke? Then Toyota Racing wants you. Not the kind of smoke wafting from the grill on race days. Smells good. The kind of smoke from Victory Donuts, drifting less than a hair's width from walls and blasting off to the tune of 300 miles per hour plus. If the smoke smells inviting, we're looking for you. Be part of the action at toyota.com/racing. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm what you might call very good at hide and seek. And since we got Xfinity, we have Wi-Fi all over the house, even in my super secret hiding spots. So I can kill time in here by streaming my favorite.
Ha! Found you.
How?
Left to find my tablet on.
Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi on the Xfinity 10G network. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary.
For 3 decades, Racing Electronics has been the #1 choice for scanners, headsets, and all race communications needs. Racing Electronics provides the ultimate fan experience for the ultimate NASCAR fan. Stop by and see them in the vendor area to purchase yours today or learn more at racingelectronics.com. From Sonoma Raceway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hi, it's PRN's Brad Gilley. Did you know you can take PRN with you anywhere? That's right. By downloading the PRN mobile app, you can listen to our live race broadcast from anywhere. Make sure you don't miss a second of the action from the track. Download today for station listings and on-demand access to your favorite studio shows like Fast Talk, Pit Reporters, or Garage Pass. Get all the latest racing information at your fingertips with the PRN mobile app. Available in the Apple App Store and on Google Play.
Hey, I'm Corey LaJoy for Speedway Children's Charities. The mission for Speedway Children's Charities has remained true since its founding almost 40 years ago. To care for children in educational, financial, social, and medical needs in order to help them lead happy and productive lives. So many children have benefited from our group in the past, but we need your help now more than ever. There's so much we can do when we all join together, so let's start today. Visit speedwaycharities.org to learn more. And thank you in advance for your help.
Sonoma Raceway is proud to bring a new sponsor to the track with today's Zip 250. And joining us is Janal Shaw, the Chief Marketing Officer for Zip, to tell us about how the Buy Now, Pay Later company was founded.
You know, our founder, Larry, started Zip because he knew a working mom who couldn't get credit to buy a bike for her kid. And, you know, we've done a lot of research even in the U.S., and we know that over 100 million Americans today are deemed financially underserved. And they often report unfair treatment by financial institutions, like being denied loans or being charged exorbitant interest rates. So we feel very passionate about helping our customers build financially responsible habits and, you know, to achieve their dreams. We take a lot of pride in seeing people as much more than their credit score, and that's really the spirit of who we are. And our product can be used to buy smaller or bigger purchases, including, you know, essentials, paying bills, to shop online and in store. We have found that, you know, Buy Now, Pay Later services can act as a lifeline to provide support, to spread out payments and manage expenses more effectively.
Zip is also introducing a brand new company brand ambassador with WNBA star Kelsey Plum, the Grand Marshal for today's race.
Her journey and story embodies focus, ambition, grit. She is an inspiration to our customers. You know, we see her values resonate very strongly, not just with Zip as a company and who we are, but also our broad customer base. You know, for us, we could not be more thrilled about this partnership. She's breaking barriers. And, you know, what's not to love about that?
PRN would like to thank Zip for their support of Sonoma Raceway.
Time now to take a look at some of the top storylines coming into this race. Again, it begins the second half of the regular season for the Xfinity Series. And right now, Brad, pretty close, tight battle at the top of the standings.
It is a very close, tight battle at the top of the standings right now. When you look at the racing that we've had so far with the variety of winners and everything else that we have, Mark, this has been one of the more competitive years that we've seen so far for the Xfinity Series.
Cole Custer is on top, but he hasn't won yet. In the last 11 races, 10 top 10 finishes. He's been red hot, but hasn't found a way to victory lane. The next 4 drivers in line, Austin Hill, Chandler Smith, only 18 points back. Minus 23 is Justin Allgaier. Minus 73 is Jesse Love. All 4 of those drivers have gone to victory lane. Mention Justin Allgaier. Talk about red hot. Talk about red hot. There it is.
He has been red hot. He has either been in victory lane or contention to be in victory lane in about the last month and a half here on the schedule. Mark, last week had a very fast car. Obviously, Shane Van Gisbergen had a little bit of a faster car at Portland, but for Justin Allgaier, who is going to start here in the top 5, top 6 today, he's got another fast race car.
No doubt about it. Last 7 races, top 5 4 times with a win at Darlington, that runner-up at Portland, as you just spoke about. And he's captured 6 consecutive stages, sweeping at Darlington, Charlotte, and Portland. And he's won 10 of the last 13 stages as well. I think the other top storyline is, again, where we left off last week, as you talked about, SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen, the New Zealand driver, won last week. And I was looking forward to that race because I thought, okay, first time head-to-head, A.J. Allmendinger, one of the best on the road courses, up against SVG. Sam Mayer, who's a great road racer as well. Justin Allgaier led the most laps, didn't get the win. But Allmendinger last week, he crashed in practice, got in a backup, drove all the way, but he spent the whole race just trying to get back up front. Today, all those guys that we would consider the road race specialists or the guys who have won already on the Xfinity Series are starting up front, so it should be a heck of a battle.
It should be. Shane Van Gisbergen this year has been in school all year long. And whether it's an oval like Charlotte, next week Iowa, the week after that New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Shane Van Gisbergen is going to school. Last week at Portland, today at Sonoma Raceway, Shane Van Gisbergen is taking them to school. I can promise you they're going to try and do as much learning off of him on a road course as he does off of them on an oval.
He can certainly get the job done, turning left and right, no doubt about it. All right, now it's time for the Progressive Keys to Victory, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your family, your phone, and your furry friends with life insurance, electronic device, and pet health insurance as well. So, Progressive Keys to Victory, what do you got?
Having the right strategy. You talk about Justin Allgaier winning all the stages. One thing we know that in the Xfinity Series under stage racing, there has not been a single driver sweep all 3. They're going to have to sacrifice somewhere. Having the right strategy that puts you in the position at the end of the race is going to be one of the major keys, because you cannot afford to sacrifice track position here today.
My key is not stepping over the line. We heard from Michael McDowell in the media center earlier today. We had just a handful of cautions in the Xfinity and Cup races last year. We had only 2 in this race. I think we'll have more of that today, because he said the track's been repaved. He said we used to ride around here about 80% just trying to save the tires. Now he said you're charging 100%. That means that you're right there on the ragged edge all the time, and sometimes you're going to step over the line. So I think you have to stay out of trouble. You have to stay on the racetrack. You don't want to be kicking up dirt with the increased speeds from this newly repaved track as well. So those are our Progressive Keys to Victory Lane. Back with more from Sonoma Raceway right after this.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a scary movie victim.
Oh no, a tree fell on my car, and there's only one thing to do. Trip over my own feet and pull myself across the lawn while yelling help at a barely audible volume.
Sorry to interrupt, but you filed a claim with Geico, so you've got a designated claims team to help you.
Listen, Geico sounds suspiciously reassuring. Are you sure I don't end up getting surprised with an unexpected twist?
Just that your Geico team will always be there to keep you updated.
No! What is it? Oh, nothing. I just didn't see that coming.
Geico, great service without all the drama.
Welcome to the land of the free, where we pledge allegiance to the flag. Salute the heroes of old, and raise a cup to the new gladiators who dare take on the last great Coliseum. The Bass Pro Shops Night Race. NASCAR weekend returns to Bristol Motor Speedway September 19th through 21st. Get a weekend package and see Dale Jr. race on Friday. There's no place like Bristol. It's not just a race, it's Bristol, baby.
Echo Park, the official used car of Speedway Motorsports, is inviting you to Echo Park's Coffee Cup Series. Join NASCAR legend Michael Waltrip in the Fan Zone this Sunday right here at Sonoma, where you can enjoy a free coffee, check out some awesome vehicles, and have a chance to win a VIP ticket upgrade and the grand prize, a ride in the pace car. Echo Park, every car, happy owner. From Sonoma, this is BRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Dale Earnhardt, he's almost been deified. There's a mystique about him that's never been attached to any other driver, including your dad.
I think there's two things for Dale Earnhardt that make him who he is. He was that guy that's your neighbor. I don't care if you live in a mobile home. I don't care if you live in a mansion. He's that guy that was your neighbor. He's the guy that was out in his yard planting his plants. He's the guy that was out there mowing. He's the guy that was out there doing it. He's the guy that drove the truck. He's the guy that got up under the car and changed the gear. He's the guy that put on a uniform and jumped in that car and became your hero on a Sunday afternoon. And you could identify with that. He's really that last guy. And he is, in the words of Tom Wolfe, last great American hero, the book that was written about Junior Johnson. He is that last guy to a lot of people. And he was going to have that following no matter what. It moved to a different level because of what happened at Daytona. Billy Joel, only the good die young. And that's the way you remember it. So I think that moves you to a different place, too.
Welcome back to Sonoma Raceway for today's Zip Buy Now, Pay Later 250 NASCAR Xfinity Series race. And now it's time to meet the other voices you're going to hear on our broadcast today with our State Water Heaters View from the Turns. The View from the Turns is brought to you by State Water Heaters. When you need a water heater, make sure you get a State. Visit statewaterheaters.com to find a professional installer near you. Mark Garrow and myself have a bird's eye view of what I guess you would call the front straightaway, where the start-finish line is here at Sonoma Raceway. Once the cars cross the start-finish line, well, they start to go uphill. A lot of elevation changes here at Sonoma. It is a easy left-hand corner, but when they go uphill and underneath the Toyota Bridge, it becomes a whole lot more difficult from there. That's where they go into the view of Atlanta's Doug Turnbull.
Uphill means slow, right? No. Throttle all the way down as they climb over 100 feet into a blind, almost off-camber right-hander in turn number 2. Now, if drivers carry too much speed, it can throw them too wide, but they do want to exit wide in the corner and then come down and flatten out a little bit and get into turn number 3, where they're going to brake hard really briefly, get briefly back on the gas as they turn to the left, and then get that car pointed straight for turn 3A, where they'll also get that car try to exit it just as straight as possible, up a hill, onto the flat again. As you exit it, you're blind and down a hill, hard on the throttle, and into a very action-packed corner, turn 4, where Salisbury, North Carolina, president of Performance Racing Network, Doug Rice, takes it over.
Thanks a lot, Doug Turnbull. Of course, when they hit turn 4, they are carrying a ton of speed on that turn as they fly in there hard. They'll come over the rumple strip, then they'll come back, try to stay off that wall like Kyle Larson got into it in Cup qualifying earlier today. It's only a 950-foot run from turn 4 to turn 7. 2 hard right-hand turns. Turn 7 is an off-camber, almost like a roundabout turn. Then they'll head down the hill into the S's, turn 8, and then 8A, then back into the sight of Brad Gilley and Mark Garrow.
Those S's, a left-right, left combination. You kind of mogul your way down through there like you're a skier going between gates. That makes you come downhill gradually into 10, a left-hander, and then we move over to Rob Albright.
Now, turn number 10 looks innocuous enough. It's a right-hand bend at the bottom of the racetrack. When I say the bottom, 15 stories lower in elevation than top of the racetrack at turn number 3. I say innocuous, but it can jump up and bite you in the keister if you're not careful. You overcook turn 10, get the left side tires into the dirt, you can end up in the tire wall. But if you make it, then you're going to encounter about a 900-foot short straightaway with a bit of a dip in the middle. That's where you start to downshift from 4th to 3rd to 2nd and set up for turn number 11. Looks a little different than in years past. No tire barrier as it was in the past. Today we've got concrete jersey barriers all the way from the entrance to the exit of turn number 11. Very flat, like a dining room table. And once you charge off turn number 11, it looks a little wider than it used to look with the tire barriers, because I watched practice. I watched guys come all the way out to the outside wall for yet another short straight before encountering a gentle bend into turn 12 and you guys.
And that would be the final corner. That gentle bend is to the left, and once they make it, they are looking straight at the start-finish line, and Well, if you're the lucky one here today, the checkered flag.
79 laps make up this race today. The Zip 250 Stage 1, lap 20. Stage 2 is 25 laps long. We'll end at lap 45, and then 34 laps to lap 79 to make up the full distance today, just under 157 miles here at Sonoma Raceway.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, C-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Combustion causes carbon and other harmful deposits to build up on your engine, fuel system, and transmission. And carbon is like sandpaper rubbing against your engine's internal parts. You don't want that. You want C-Max Micro Lubricant. It soaks into metal and keeps your vehicle running at peak performance. Find out more at cmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Protect your engine to the max with C-Max.
O'Reilly. Eliminate carbon and varnish deposits with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up. A clean fuel system can increase performance and fuel economy. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for just $9 and get 2 times O Rewards points. In-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Why wait until the race is over to do a victory lap? This is Las Vegas, and in Las Vegas, it's all about how you celebrate. NASCAR fans, start your engines at visitlasvegas.com. From Sonoma Raceway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Here's Christopher Bell.
My Toyota Camry TRD race car isn't cheap to build and prepare. I have a pit crew that maintains and fixes my equipment. I have a spotter high above the track watching my back, talking me through turns and potential dangers on the track. I physically train to handle the stress of driving. And I have software helping my crew chief and engineers make the right strategy calls. And with all this, I never take my eyes off the road, and neither should you. One distraction can change everything in one instant.
Welcome back to Sonoma Raceway. We are less than 2 minutes away from opening ceremonies for today's Zip 250 NASCAR Xfinity Series race, which will be started from the pole by Shane Van Gisbergen. Ty Gibbs will join him on the outside of the front row. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network. Welcome back to Sonoma Raceway alongside Mark Garrow. My name is Brad Gilley. Joining us in the turns today, Doug Turnbull, Doug Rice, and Rob Albright. And covering pit road, we have Alan Cabana, Wendy Venturini, and Brett McMillan. And a lot of excitement coming here today, Mark. Less than a minute away from opening ceremonies, and the anticipation is mounting on this brand new asphalt laid down at Sonoma.
Absolutely. 16 drivers in this race today have won 105 Xfinity Series races, but only 6 of those guys are road course winners, and they account for 20 trips to victory lane.
And we know we'll have a new winner here today because this is only the second Xfinity race at Sonoma Raceway. Last year, it was Eric Almirola driving into victory lane. A.J. Allmendinger and Kyle Larson finishing right behind him. Definitely an exciting one, but now we've got brand new asphalt here on the racetrack. We're about to get things underway with opening ceremonies here at Sonoma Raceway, so we will go trackside to get things started the right way here in Northern California.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you're able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as Travis Air Force Base Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome Motor Racing Outreach Chaplain, Billy Malden.
Heavenly Father, what an absolutely spectacular day we've been blessed with today. So as we pause to recognize your presence in our lives,
Father, we're grateful for all the hard work that's gone on behind the scenes, Lord, with the track staff and sponsors to make this day possible. Be with these drivers, teams, officials, Father, all the fans, Lord. Bless us all with a great day, safe day, Lord. Father, the men and women of our armed forces, both here at home and abroad, and first responders that are protecting us to make all this possible, we give thanks for and ask you to be with them and their families. May your peace and your presence surround us all. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Performing our national anthem, please welcome country singer from season 24 of NBC's The Voice, Kristen Brown.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, that's going to do it for our pre-race show for the Xfinity Series race here at Sonoma Raceway. Coming up, the command to start engines.
How would you like to get high-speed internet for your home for less than $2 a day? That's right. For about $50 a month, you'll get lightning-fast internet. Are you paying less than $50 a month right now for your internet? Then call Whole Home Connect right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price increases, no hidden fees, no contracts, no upfront costs, no equipment fees. It's a great deal. And guess what? You can try it for 15 days. If you don't like it, you get your money back. But you're going to love it, and you're going to love the price. Internet for your home for $50 a month. That's less than $2 a day. Plus, no contracts, no upfront costs, no equipment fees, and our 15-day guarantee. Call now. 800-748-0593. 800-748-0593. 800-748-0593. That's 800-748-0593.
From Sonoma Raceway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Racing country, music from the fast lane.
Hey, it's Kathy Martindale and Paul Shad on Racing Country.
Hi, I'm Christopher Bell, and this is the fastest 2 hours on the radio, Racing Country. I still have a lot to prove to compete at the level that I want to compete at. We have more to accomplish in the sport, and we want to do better than what we've done the last 2 years.
Racing country, music from the fast lane.
The Grassroots is where the hometown heroes of Friday and Saturday nights are, and where the future stars of NASCAR are made.
First career win for James Friesen of the Task Racing Sportsman Series.
PRN's At the Track is a people show about the people of grassroots racing. The stories and journeys from the grassroots are always unique. PRN's At the Track covers the people of America's
Outside.
ring. Here, PRN's
You're clear high, clear high.
Broadcast radio stations, the free PRN app, or at goprn.com.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series is at Sonoma Raceway, the series' second race here. Few will forget the series debut 1 year ago when Eric Almirola disposed of Kyle Larson to take the checkers.
The first ever Xfinity race at Sonoma Raceway belongs to Eric Almirola as he flashes across the start-finish line and a dramatic come-from-behind finish today for Eric Almirola, the pride of Tampa.
To have the lead and get some clean air, I knew that if I just put some clean laps together, I was going to make it tough for him to get by me. And we made a lot of adjustments throughout the race to make it better and better. And finally there at the end, it was at its best.
This year, all eyes are on Shane Van Gisbergen after his win in Portland a week ago. He's one happy man now that he's locked in the playoffs.
It's been an amazing journey the last year, and getting to move over here and having so much support from Justin Marks, Trackhouse, and Paulig as well. And yeah, it's been a pretty special 9-10 months since we decided to do this. And stoked to be now in the playoffs, back in victory lane again. Every week, we're not running up front, but we're having, well, at least I'm having a lot of fun doing it anyway. Like, it's great now we're locked into the playoffs, but I really want to point my way in myself as well. So doing pretty well with scoring points every week on the ovals and being consistent. And now we're locked in, we can afford to take some risks.
Justin Allgaier had to settle for second last weekend.
Under those restarts, we were so free taking off, and the car was just struggling to get grip. Once I got the tires hot, it was really, really good. And I think that's the hardest part is once he got by me there, I probably overdrove it trying to get back to him, and probably didn't help my cause.
Who else might like to spoil Van Gisbergen's party today? Well, Cole Custer, for one, who would enjoy taking that double O to victory lane here at Sonoma. Custer finds the road course challenging and a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed it. I didn't come from a road racing background, but it's just been something that, as a driver, there's so much more going on.
It's race day here in Sonoma for the NASCAR Xfinity Series with a running of the Zip Buy Now, Pay Later 250. And you'll hear it all on PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
13 races down, 13 to go in the Xfinity Series regular season. First 13 races, 10 different winners. The only guys to make repeat visits to victory lane, Austin Hill and Chandler Smith.
And right now, if you're a winner, it's all about padding your points with as many playoffs points as you can. Getting stage wins today aren't necessarily the way to get you to victory lane. Maybe you can win one, maybe the first, maybe the second. No one has ever won both stages of the race off the course of the Xfinity Series. Shane Van Gisbergen could be that guy.
He could be, but as we have seen before, when it comes to stage breaks, usually the guy that wins, he may take a shot at winning the first stage, but the second one, he's going to pit early, try to keep that track position, and we'll have to see how it all plays out today here in the Zip 250.
Maximum points get paid out for the race winner here today. That's 5 extra playoffs points. For a guy like Shane Van Gisbergen, that's what he's counting now. He is playoffs bound. We'll see if he can pick up his second victory today. But we're not engraving the trophy just yet. We have a lot of laps to go to find out who is going to win this Zip Buy Now, Pay Later 250 here at Sonoma Raceway. Let's go trackside with track announcer Brian Hammond here at Sonoma.
Sonoma Raceway fans, please welcome two-time WNBA champion from the Las Vegas Aces, Kelsey Plum.
Drivers, start your engines!
The command has been given. Let's crank them up.
Now, the starting lineup presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza.
Only one driver failed to qualify for today's race. That would be Sage Karam. Starting 38th in the Dozer Winch Chevrolet, Garrett Smithley. Haley Deegan will start 37th in the Viva Tequila Seltzer Ford. Matt DiBenedetto starts 36th, the Viking Motorsports Ford. The HendrickCars.com Chevrolet of Boris Said will roll off 35th. Starting 34th, Ryan Ellis, the Classic Collision Chevrolet. The Frontline Fire Protection Chevrolet of Brennan Poole will start 33rd. 32nd will be Kyle Sieg in the RSS Racing Ford. And Josh Balicki will start 31st in the SBC Contractors Inc. Chevrolet.
And taking the green flag 30th in the Refology Weiss Ford, it's going to be Brad Perez. 29th, Leland Honeyman, the Ranco Industries Chevrolet. The Alloy Employer Services Chevrolet of Josh Williams goes off 28th. 27th, Brandon Jones, the Menards Gelwin Chevrolet. The Team JDMotorsports.com Chevrolet of rookie Thomas Annunziata starts 26th. 25th, Kyle Weatherman, the Drive Smart ML20 Chevrolet. The Chinchor Electric Chevrolet for Preston Pardis goes 24th. 23rd, Jeremy Clements, the one-stop All-South Electric Chevrolet. Moving up to 22nd, it's Austin Green, the three-dimensional .com Chevrolet. And 21st, in the AutoParkit.com Ford, Blaine Perkins.
Jeff Burton rolls off 20th in the FVP Bommarito Auto Group Chevrolet. The Sonoma Aviation Chevrolet of Alex LeBay will start 19th. Starting 18th will be Ryan Sieg, the Syaps Ford. Ed Jones starts 17th in the Synergy Modular Careers Toyota. The Chevy Accessories Chevrolet of Anthony Alfredo starts 16th. 15th will be Riley Herbst, the Monster Energy Ford. 14th is Parker Kligerman, the Spike Light Cooler Chevrolet. The Funkaway Chevrolet of Parker Retzloff will start 13th. Starting 12th, Cole Custer in the Haas Automation Ford. The Quick Tie Toyota of Chandler Smith rolls off 11th.
Now the top 10 outside of row number 5 in the Pilot Flying J Chevrolet. It's Sammy Smith to his inside. Starting 9th, Sheldon Creed, the MRC Construction Toyota. The My Arctic Chevrolet of Sam Mayer goes off 8th. 7th, John Hunter Nemechek, the Safeway Toyota. Then it's the Wheelan Chevrolet of Jesse Love in 6th. 5th, Justin Allgaier, the Brandt Partners Chevrolet. Moving up to row number 2 on the outside, 4th on the grid in the Celsius Chevrolet, it's A.J. Allmendinger. 3rd, Austin Hill, the Bennett Transportation Chevrolet. And now the front row on the outside in the Starkey Sound Gear Toyota, it's Ty Gibbs. And following up his first Xfinity Series victory last week with his first Xfinity Series pole position, Shane Van Gisbergen, the WeatherTech Chevrolet, his speed 95.933 miles per hour.
And that's your starting lineup for today's Zip Buy Now Pay Later 250 here at Sonoma Raceway.
The starting lineup brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza. At Hunt Brothers Pizza, we love racing and we love pizza. Visit huntbrotherspizza.com or download the app to find your next pizza.
Joey Logano here for Hunt Brothers Pizza, where you can choose from 10 toppings, all at no extra charge. In a hurry? Call ahead to place an order or grab a hunk of pizza on the go. Follow me on the track all season long and visit huntbrotherspizza.com to find your next pizza.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist? Huh, you don't say. Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
By downloading the free PRN mobile app, you can listen to all of our live race broadcasts anywhere. You'll also have easy access to all of our award-winning studio shows. Get all the latest racing information at your fingertips with the PRN mobile app.
Stay tuned. Coming up, the green flag in the Zip Buy Now Pay Later 250 for the Xfinity Series. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
We saw a lot of chaos in the closing laps of the race. So just trying to minimize that, make it more about a race than people just using each other up.
I think it's needed. It was needed at all the road courses.
While I don't think it's going to be a home run, I think that it'll be in the right direction.
So many opportunities to either be really good or make mistakes, and they can start adding up on you quick.
For the latest NASCAR news without a restrictor plate, it's PRN's Garage Pass. For the station near you, check us out at goprn.com.
Hi, this is PRN's David Stiles. Join me each week when I head over to JC's Garage to talk NASCAR.
As of right now, if I were to name my top 5, I can tell you Chase Elliott wouldn't be in that top 5 with this next-gen car. He has a lot to prove on the road courses with this next-gen car. But I still don't think there's a real out-front leader. I think Tyler Reddick has been outstanding.
That's JC's Garage, wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Welcome back to Sonoma Raceway. The field is in tow behind the Toyota GR Super Pace car as we get set for today's Zip 250. Let's survey our O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters to see who they think could win today. We'll start things off with Connecticut quarter midget world champion Alan Cavana.
Oh, thank you so much, Brad, because this is easy. This is the closest track to New Zealand. Therefore, it is a home race for Shane Van Gisbergen. He's winning this thing from the pole.
All right, Wendy Venturini, he took the low-hanging fruit. What say you?
Yes, he did. Well, I'm going with the guy that I spoke with pre-race who gifted Shane Van Gisbergen with a first-class ticket back to Australia, and that was one talented Jesse Love who will get the victory today.
Brett McMillan, I know you've had your eyes on this one. Who do you think makes it?
I'm going to go with the guy who started in the outside front row. He's really good on road courses, and I think underestimated. I think Ty Gibbs makes the win today.
Thank you very much, Brett McMillan. Cars now working their way down
Green.
pit road to set their tachometer.
All right, man, here comes your first time left.
40 miles per hour. The pace car driven by Jason Brownlow is going to be running 45 miles per hour. Our NASCAR starter, by the way, today is Andy Ashbeck. Now, as these cars take another slow pace lap around this twisting road course here in California, let's go back to our turn announcers first. Doug Turnbull.
The last of those cars passing me, exiting turn number 2 right now. I cover turns 2, 3, 3A, and then down the hill to the beginning of turn 4, a very challenging area. The corners at 2 and 3 are both very
One more
wide.
left to go.
Drivers have to finesse it. It's about smooth, not rough and fast, because smooth is faster. They get into turn 4 and into the sights of Salisbury, North Carolina's Doug Rice.
When they get to turn 4, that's a hard right-hand turn, almost a 90-degree turn. It is a very short chute from turn 4 to turn 7. 950 feet, a little bit more than 3 footballs, it feels in length. When they get to turn 7 is almost a half circle. You do an ellipse, and then you turn hard left and head down the hill through the S's back to the eyes of Brad Gilly and Mark Garrett.
And don't let the S's fool you. This could be a very treacherous part of the
There's the flag.
racetrack as
It's
the field
over.
goes through there, left, right, left, and they head all the way downhill at Sonoma Raceway and set themselves up for the fastest part of this racetrack and into the eyes of Rob Albright.
You know, if my math does not fail me, 79 laps here in this Xfinity Series race this afternoon, 12 turns per lap, 1,048 opportunities, 1,048 turns for the guy behind the wheel to make a mistake that would be costly enough to prevent him from winning. I don't think that's going to happen. Nobody's going to have a perfect race, but the guy that is closest to it probably will be the winner. Turn number 10, a slight right-hand bend. It seems harmless enough, but if you get off over the rumble strips onto the dust and grass, you can end up in the tire barrier. 600 feet, short straightaway to turn number 11. It's a half circle, 180 degrees. It's narrow, and only narrow because you've really got 1.5 to 2 lines to race. Side by side through there was tough enough with tires. Now that we've got concrete barriers, it's darn near impossible. Off turn number 11, another 500-yard jaunt. That's down the straightaway, the very short straightaway, leading to turn 12.
Turn 12, a slight left-hander, then a sprint to the start-finish line, then a sprint all the way back to turn number 1. Again today, our race, 79 laps long. It's a pretty short race. Lap 20 will be the end of stage number 1. Stage 2 will end at lap 45, and then 34 laps get us to lap 79 and the 157 miles that make up the Zip Buy Now, Pay Later 250 here at Sonoma Raceway.
Mark, this is an interesting road course in that it's referred to typically as the short track of road courses. Even though it's 1.99 miles in length, this is a very tight, technical racetrack. Now, while a lot of times you see road courses, turn 1 being one of the more treacherous sections, it's not necessarily that way here at Sonoma Raceway. They get to ease uphill, but then it gets crazy from there for sure.
7 and 11, kind of remember that by the convenience store deal, right? Turn 7, it can get interesting down here. Turn 11, the big, heavy braking zone, so we're sure to see some action there certainly today. Want to remind you, this is just the second Xfinity Series race we've ever had here at Sonoma Raceway. Last year, the pole winner was Kyle Larson. The race winner was Eric Almirola. He won by 1.8 seconds. We had 10 lead changes among 6 different drivers, only 2 caution flags. 33 of the 38 drivers who took the green flag took the checkered flag. 31 of those 33 were on the lead lap.
And that was the old asphalt surface here at Sonoma Raceway. Today it's a brand new racing surface. Beautiful here at Sonoma, by the way. Typically you start to see sort of the tawny nature of the grass here. You can still see a lot of green in it from what was a rainy spring, but now things have tanned up really, really nice, and it also has a lot of dry dirt right at the edges of this racetrack, which is going to get kicked on the racetrack for sure.
You have to try to stay on the asphalt, but if you should by chance kick up a little dirt for the guy behind you, oh well, that's the way it goes. We are getting set to go racing now as they make their way through turn 10 for the final time at a slow rate of speed, heading for turn 11. Rob Albright, how about setting the top 10 again?
All right, man, we're going green next time by. All right, man, line up on the inside row. Pit road is closed.
Of Chevrolets from
the estimated SOS is 2,025.
The fourth row comprised of John Hunter, Nemechek, and Sam May.
There are a lot of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish.
Sit beside Jesse Love. Row 2, Austin Hill. A.J. Allmendinger, the front row. Shane Van Gisbergen.
Half the field is on the grid.
The Chevy GR Supra heads to the safety of pit road. We're ready to go racing.
Here we go for the 14th Xfinity Series race of 2024. The green flag is out, and here's Shane Van Gisbergen leading the pack into turn number 1, but right on his door is Ty Gibbs.
They mash that gas all the way down the first time and into that blind turn 2 corner. It's Van Gisbergen to the outside, Ty Gibbs to the inside. Van Gisbergen, SVG gets to the lead as they go into turn 3 for the first time. The field largely too wide behind the leaders. SVG leads him down the hill, but Gibbs close behind.
Into turn 4 for the first time today. Shane Van Gisbergen on the point. Ty Gibbs about a single car length back there out of the rumble strip. Dash down here into turn 7. A.J. Allmendinger hanging on to the third spot, trying to put a little heat on Gibbs. SVG leads him out of 7.
Shane Van Gisbergen now making a left, a right, a left, a right. Down the hill through the S's. Ty Gibbs about 3 car lengths back now of last weekend's Portland winner. Here comes SVG down to the lowest part of the racetrack. He's followed by Ty Gibbs and A.J. Allmendinger into 10.
Very smoothly through turn number 10. 3 car lengths of separation between Van Gisbergen and Ty Gibbs. They downshift now all the way to second gear, first gear, as they enter turn number 11, which can be your best friend or your worst nemesis. Off turn 11.
Get ready.
Still with the lead. Couple of car lengths over Gibbs, a couple more back to Allmendinger.
Out of turn number 12, the New Zealander is going to lead the first lap here today at Sonoma Raceway. Shane Van Gisbergen under the Toyota bridge and up to Doug Turnbull.
So smooth as he gets up the hill there, then decels, hard right-hander to turn number 2. He just barely graces those rumble strips.
Green flag.
Right behind. Then it's the right side rumble strip for Van Gisbergen as he blows that car down, upshifts again, and up the hill through turn 3. Van Gisbergen by a car length to Gibbs.
Stay low. You're clear high. Clear high.
Actually pull away a little bit. We'll call it a 3-car length
outside.
Over Ty Gibbs and equal distance back to
all clear, all clear. You got one outside.
Austin Hill and Jesse Love in 5th.
All clear, all clear. Outside. All clear, all clear. Good job. The next car is the leader.
Left. Now to the right, back to the left, and Gisbergen showing the way. Gibbs trying to make up a little bit of ground as they get to turn 8, and they again swoop downhill into turn number 10, and Gisbergen now starting to stretch away.
If there are any nerves at the start of this race, they've now got those butterflies flying in formation. As flying into turn number 11 is Shane Van Gisbergen, who stretches his advantage to about 6 car lengths. Gibbs gets into turn 11 a bit deeper, so he'll narrow that margin to just a couple of car lengths. On turn 11, that's where Van Gisbergen excels. He stretches it away again.
As they work their way to the start-finish line, if you just joined us, 2 laps down in this race, 18 still to go in stage number 1. Through turn 1, back up to turn 2. SVG is on the point.
So smooth he is, and he's pulling away from Ty Gibbs as Van Gisbergen has a little bit wider exit off of turn number 2. By the way, third place driver is the California native A.J. Allmendinger, who's about 4 car lengths behind second place Ty Gibbs. Fourth place and fifth place are the teammates Austin Hill and Jesse Love.
Van Gisbergen continues to lead. Ty Gibbs rides there in second. It's a little bit of a distance back to A.J. Allmendinger. We'll call it 6 car lengths. It's Austin Hill, Jesse Love, and hanging on to that speed spot, it's going to be Justin Allgaier. The leaders are back into the S's.
4 of the top 5
that was your fastest lap of the session. The car in P1 just hit the fastest lap, 30.016.
You have a Joe Gibbs Toyota right now in Ty Gibbs, and then a calling car in A.J. Allmendinger, and 2 RCR Chevys with Austin Hill and Jesse Love, who's making a charge for 4.
Allmendinger has been one of the series' preeminent road racers for his years in NASCAR. However, Sonoma has never been very kind to him. His best finish in the Cup Series was was just a sixth place a few years ago. Van Gisbergen now.
The car in P1 just set the fastest lap. 29.923.
Finish line. He continues to lead, and Doug Turnbull, he continues to pull away from Ty Gibbs.
It's about 4 car lengths in lead for SVG, the pole sitters. He goes through turn number 2 and exits wide right now, but Ty Gibbs right in his tire tracks. They pulled up about 7 car lengths over third place AJ Allmendinger. Austin Hill and Jesse Love in 4th and 5th are having good runs. And who's in 6th? None other than Justin Allgaier as he gets through turn 3A.
As they get back to 4, that is a 90-degree
outside.
right-hand turn. Shane Van Gisbergen.
You're clear high, clear high.
Second place is going to be Ty Gibbs. Allmendinger. Then it will be next in line will be Jesse Love hanging in there right now. And Allgaier continues to hold on to the 6th spot, followed by Mayer and then John Hunter Nemechek.
SVG, this is just the 4th of the 16 races this year. He has led, but he's begun to pull away on the stopwatch 2/10 quicker than the man chasing him. Ty
The leader just did a 30.072.
But you must manage your tires despite the fact they can go the entire 25-lap distance without a fuel stop. And Gisbergen, a very wide angle into turn number 11. That enables Ty Gibbs to narrow that gap to about 3 car lengths. A good distance back now into the 3rd position. AJ Allmendinger will give that up to Austin Hill. Jesse Love now will try to take 4th away from AJ.
Jesse Love looks inside of Allmendinger. He makes the block. They head to turn number 1. We still have 16 laps to go here in stage 1 at Sonoma.
As a leader, Shane Van Gisbergen exits turn 2. The best battle in the top 5.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 1.8 seconds. You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 1.3 seconds.
Shove from behind there as Allmendinger and Love fighting hard for that 5th spot.
Very short stage here, only 20 laps. It looks like Ty Gibbs might have made up a couple of car lengths on the leader, Shane Van Gisbergen. Austin Hill is in 3rd. He's 10 car lengths back. The battle's going to be for 4th. Moving to the inside on AJ Allmendinger is Jesse Love. They touch ever so slightly. They stay side by side down through the S's.
Looks like Jesse Love's going to be able to take away that spot from AJ Allmendinger as we go down to pit road and check in with O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporter Brett McMillan.
Right now, AJ Allmendinger running in the 4th spot. He says that he needs more lateral grip. Looks like yes, that he'll be in better shape.
So AJ Allmendinger, instead of heading forward, has now begun to slip back. He has gone from 3rd back to 4th, now 5th, as Jesse Love takes over that spot. And Brad, it doesn't get any easier. Justin Allgaier now lining up on the back bumper of AJ Allmendinger.
I'll tell you what, kind of surprising to see AJ Allmendinger backsliding just a little bit. We know how strong he is at this track. Justin Allgaier being pursued heavily by yesterday's ARCA Menard Series winner Sam Mayer, his teammate over at Junior Motorsports. We've completed
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 2.2 seconds.
This is NASCAR racer Michael Walker with Echo Park, the official used car of Speedway Motorsports. I'm inviting you to Echo Park's Coffee Cup Series. This NASCAR season, me and Echo Park will be arriving to the tracks early to meet fans over a cup of coffee and check out some of their cars. Plus, you can win a VIP ticket upgrade and ride in the pace car. Woo-hoo-hoo, talk about a whole new meaning to pre-race jitters. Echo Park, every car, happy owner.
We work hard to keep our cars looking great on the outside, but engine components need our attention too. That's where you can trust Z-Max Micro Lubricant to disperse carbon buildup in your engine, fuel system to keep your car or truck running at its peak. By soaking into the metal of your engine, Z-Max Micro Lubricant improves performance, extends engine life, and reduces emissions. Trust the many customers who said, "Thanks for saving my engine." Find out more at zmax.com or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Today's race brought to you in part by
The leader just did a 30.743.
Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. Shane Van Gisbergen continues to lead here at Sonoma Raceway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 1.8 seconds.
Chastain tries to hold on the outside.
Truex on the inside, Byron in the middle. Chastain up high.
Hamlin now beginning to come to the front. He's got the edge now. He'll take the lead away.
Brian Blaney sliding down into the grass. There was a lot of bumping and grinding. And Blaney noses into the infield retaining wall.
Ross Chastain doing a great job. Truex right there, big in his mirror as they race down the backstretch here. Harrison Burton is spinning down the back straightaway. Everybody going to
got wheel damage.
Chris Wilson has trouble.
And a spin off of turn 4.
Yeah, we've got a ton of cars that are in this one, and Larson is certainly one of those cars.
Trouble coming out of turn 4. Hamlin is sideways. The car spins down on the apron of the racetrack.
Byron takes that brightly painted number 24 to the front. He gets a big shove from Daniel Suarez.
This is PRN.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 4 seconds.
Welcome back to Sonoma Raceway, the 14th Xfinity Series race here in 2024. The Zip 250. Mark Arrow with Brad Gilley high atop this racetrack. Right now, Shane Van Gisbergen from the pole has led the opening 7 laps. Ty Gibbs has shadowed him the whole way. Now we're hearing over the radio.
You got one inside. All clear, all clear.
I'm afraid he might get dive bombed in one of those corners.
And I think that is a story we've seen before, but now it looks like SVG is starting to gap it just a little bit. Heading into turn number 10, Rob Albright, how are they looking on your section?
Well, this front pair has separated themselves pretty significantly from the third place car of Austin Hill, who has his teammate, the rookie driver, almost a misnomer for a guy of this talent and maturity at his young age, Jesse Love. Off turn number 11, and Gisbergen's advantage over Gibbs pretty stable this time at about 4 car lengths.
As they come across the stripe, that's 8 laps down, 12 to go in stage number 1 of this race. Watching a little bit farther back, pretty good battle back there. Sandy Smith is involved in it along with Kligerman, Chandler Smith, Cole Custer, Anthony Alfredo. That is from 9th back to 14th. They work their way through 1. Now they make their way up the hill heading for turn number 2.
We'll pick that up. Cole Custer's coughed up a couple of positions the last couple of laps there as Chandler Smith, Cole Custer trail Parker Kligerman and the Sammy Smith car. Sammy Smith goes through turn 3A right now.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 1.5 seconds.
The car that's on the move right now is 4th place running Jesse Love. He has chopped it down to about 2 car lengths of 3rd place Austin.
The leader just did a 33.054.
They are headed down the S's. It's a right turn for Jesse Love. Now back to the left, now back to the right before they head downhill. Austin Hill looking good through the S's, but Jesse Love, you can see where he's trying to really carry a lot of speed through his car, and it's the fastest section of the racetrack right here, Rob.
You know, none of these drivers have more than a single race here in Sonoma, but Jesse Love entered the weekend with no laps in Sonoma other than maybe, and I don't even know this for a fact, but maybe some simulation. He's narrowing that gap even more so, very smoothly through turn 11, and actually slides his way off the exit, loses a couple car lengths to teammate Austin Hill.
All of this happening fairly far behind our race leaders right now. Shane Van Gisbergen and Ty Gibbs headed up the hill to Doug Turnbull.
With about a half-second differential, they exit turn number 2. Then it's about 3 seconds back to the battle for that 3rd spot. We've been covering the RCR stable. It's Austin Hill in that 3rd position. Jesse Love about 2 car lengths behind as they go through turn 3A, up and down the hill toward turn 4.
Shane Van Gisbergen and Ty Gibbs have stabilized. We're calling about a 7-car length differential as they're into the ellipse that is turn 7. They are continuing to pull away from the Austin Hill and Jesse Love machines as the leaders head back down the hill to 8A.
The gap between the top 2 cars, 0.7 of a second, but back to 3rd place, Austin Hill in his 5
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 2.9 seconds.
The hard right-hander, high speed, turn 10, and Gisbergen again showing the way.
Not even a halfway through this first 20-lap stage, the front 2 now have the back markers a full half.
I'm sure that was scary for you, David. I found the wall.
This track just under 2 miles in length. Off turn 11 yet again. Back up through the gears goes Shane Van Gisbergen. Continuing to pursue him is Ty Gibbs.
So 10 laps down, 10 to go in stage 1. Let's give you a full field rundown. Shane Van Gisbergen is your leader. Ty Gibbs second. Austin Hill third. Fourth is Jesse Love. Fifth is A.J. Allmendinger. Justin Allgaier is sixth. Seventh, Sam Mayer. John Hunter Nemechek is eighth. Ninth is Sheldon Creed. Parker Kligerman in 10th.
Sammy Smith just got dropped down to 11th. Chandler Smith is 12th. 13th, Cole Custer. Anthony Alfredo is 14th. Marker Retzloff is 15th. Austin Green is 16th. Riley Herbst is 17th. And Jones at 18th. That's Ed Jones. Jim Burton 19th. 20th is Alex LeVay.
Ryan Sieg 21st. 22nd, Jeremy Clements. Preston Pardis is 23rd. Then Josh Williams 24th. 25th, Thomas Annunziata, and then Payne Perkins in 26th, 27th, Brad Perez, Kyle Wortham in 28th, Brandon Jones 29th, 30th, Moore said.
Leland Honeyman running 31st right now. Then it's Josh Malicki in 32nd. 33rd is Ryan Ellis. Brennan Poole 34th. Mac Benedetto 35th. 36th is Kyle Sieg. 37th, Haley Deegan, and Aaron Smithley runs 38th. That leaderboard update brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza, where we love racing and we love pizza. Find your next pizza at huntbrotherspizza.com or download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app.
Everything pretty strung out among the top 10, but the battle for 11th place is a hard one. Sammy
The leader just did a 32.799.
They're looking for some racing room as well. Those three cars run under a blanket through turn number 1. It looks like Chandler Smith continues to hold the spot, but Sammy Smith and Cole Custer again putting on a lot of pressure.
It looks like they're bottled up by Chandler Smith. As Sammy Smith right behind him makes a harder push in turn 2. Cole Custer looks to the outside of Sammy Smith there, just outside the top 10. They go to the left and then the right again, and down the hill out of turn number 3, still in line.
Stay in that same running order as they hit into turn 4 here. The hard right-hander, they all slide over the rumble strip. Going on, here comes the battle here. Parker Kligerman trying to pick up a spot as he dives to the inside of Sheldon Creed. They almost touch, and they stay glued together.
Parker Kligerman right on the back bumper of Sheldon Creed now as they head down through the S's. That battle literally happening right in front of Chandler Smith. Sammy Smith behind him just outside of the top 10. And Rob Albright, as they come into your view, I think Cole Custer might have a little bit of a faster car right now than Sammy Smith.
Well, in front of him it is Chandler Smith and also Parker Kligerman. And Parker now will dive to the inside of Sheldon Creed in turn number 11. Of course, Parker Kligerman, his only NASCAR win came on a road course in the Truck Series. Has not yet gotten a win in this series, but he's been slowly moving his way toward the front.
12 laps complete, 8 laps to go in stage number 1 here at Sonoma Raceway as we go down to O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporter Brett McMillan.
Well, Justin Allgaier says that he needs more drive, and then right now he says he feels that the car is overheating in the left rear. Meanwhile, Sammy Smith being told by his spotter that he is over-exaggerating the entry into turn 4, and he feels like that also that he needs to be carrying more speed into the entry turns on the S's.
That's the update from pit road in our O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters. Let's go down to Wendy Venturini.
Sheldon Creed has lost some positions out on the racetrack. You will see as a left rear tire coming apart. The car is vibrating and not performing the way he wants it to. They could have had some contact out there. Also, we are reporting that SVG could be short pitting before the end of the stage. Alan Cabana.
Austin Hill trying to stay in touch with the leader sitting there in 3rd place, but also trying to fend off his teammate Jesse Love, who's right behind. Came on the radio, Austin Hill did, and said, look, I am cooking it through turn 10. I'm locking up that front right tire, and it's really hurting the car. They told him to adjust, to make an adjustment in the car with his brake bias to helpfully help the car and get to the stage end.
Thank you very much, Alan Cabana, Wendy Venturini, and Brett McMillan. Wendy mentioned short pitting before the end of the stage. If you want a short pit, you have to hit pit road before the leader crosses the start-finish line with 2 laps to go. Right now, we've completed 13 of 20 laps. We should expect to see some of those short-pitting pit stops coming up. More from Sonoma Raceway as Shane Van Gisbergen continues to lead the Zip 250.
Fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane.
The leader just did a 31.921.
Is what Sunoco does. All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR. From the track to your tank, you can trust Sunoco to help your vehicle perform at its peak.
This NASCAR season, Toyota Racing isn't looking for just anyone to join the team. No, we're looking for bankers, the ones who are open on Sundays.
So if you live for the gravity-defying 31-degree banks like this one on turn 4 in Daytona,
then we want you. Be part of the action at Toyota.com/racing. Toyota, let's go places. NASCAR is registered trademark with National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing.
Top 10 car of Sheldon Creed finds himself on pit road before the end of this stage. He had a left rear tire he felt was vibrating. The car was losing grip fast. They are within the window to short pit right now. They decided to bring him down right away, put 4 tires and Sunoco fuel for Sheldon Creed.
Now, just a moment ago, Austin Hill overtook turn 11. His car slid into the barrier, made slight contact. That moved Jesse Love up to third, A.J. Allmendinger fourth, Mayer fifth, before Austin Hill could get that car back up to speed, currently riding in the number 6 position. We owe our local stations a break. Here it is. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
Where's his place in all of this?
So I look at Jimmy Johnson, and maybe I have a little bit different perspective because I grew up with Richard Petty while he was winning all of his championships and stuff. It's tough to win championships. I mean, so many great drivers, as we go back in time, won lots of races and never won championships. So many great drivers won lots of races and never won Daytona.
The leader is pitting now.
Just couldn't get over that hump. So to win 7, no matter how you win 7, is amazing. I believe, and I have said this a million times on a million different occasions, Jimmy Johnson's 5 in a row is the most underrated record in all of sports. It gets very little attention. Very little attention. We talk about Tiger Woods winning all these majors. We talk about Michael Jordan and LeBron James. You talk about everything that Richard Petty has done, everything Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s done. 5 in a row. 5 that nobody's done 5.
27. The leader is pitting now.
Ty Gibbs is catching our leader, Rob Albright.
Pit box in 10.
Car lengths now, it shrinks to 3. Ty Gibbs consistently getting into
5,
11, a little bit harder than Van Gisbergen.
3,
but
93 out. 2,
seems to have the acceleration
1.
coming off.
Right here.
Remains stable, but Gibbs still wants to win this stage.
As they come across the stripe, 16 laps down, 4 to go in stage number 1 of this Xfinity Series race from Sonoma. Van Gisbergen and Gibbs now pulled away from third place Jesse Love by 9 seconds.
This battle is
That's
for
it,
leaders
go.
alone as Van Gisbergen swings it a little wider than Gibbs exiting turn 2. Then they go right and left into turn
Be
number 3.
mindful, you only have one set of cars remaining. The leader just did a 32.526.
Now remember, Shane Van Gisbergen's running for points today. He's a championship contender. This is basically a one-off for Ty Gibbs. We'll call 4 car lengths as they dive through the chute into the right-hand that is turn 7. We'll call Gibbs now 3 car lengths back.
27 coming out.
Yes.
Big question right now, is SVG going to go
The leader
for a
is
stage
pitting
win,
now.
or is he going to short pit? We're going to know in a couple of laps. Last week they went with the short pit strategy. That put him in victory lane. Heads down to the bottom of the S's, setting up for the right-hander of turn 10.
By his own admission, Shane Van Gisbergen not prepared for the aggressiveness on restarts. Still, let's see what he does. He stays out on the racetrack. He won't head to pit road at least this time. The gap is down to just a car length over Ty Gibbs. Let's see if Gibbs is able to close that margin as they go back up through the gears, up to 4 gears. They get to turn 12.
Out of turn number 12, it's going to be 3 laps to go here in stage number 1. We'll see if
You're
this
losing on the
opens
car
up
in
pit
front.
road.
The gap is 7.4 seconds.
Momentarily as the leaders are up in front of Doug Turnbull.
And Gibbs takes a dive bomb almost into turn number 2. Shane Van Gisbergen runs wide. Gibbs is within a car length now as he gets more aggressively into turn 3 and then up the hill to 3A. SVG with the lead right now as we go to Alan Gabbana.
See cars starting to come down pit road. Not in my section quite yet, but they're driving through Red McMillan. Justin Allgaier has come to a stop in his pit stall. Also, Sam Mayer is in as well. Justin Allgaier is getting a tear off his gone. Also in.
The car behind you is pitting.
Happy with the car. We're making a 4-tire change for him. Justin Allgaier was concerned about the left rear overheating.
Car 83 has taken the lead.
Justin Allgaier's car. That was a 17-second stop for him. Cole Custer did the 4-tire change. He heads back out.
All right, thank you very much, Brett McMillan. A couple of Junior Motorsports teammates. Shane Van Gisbergen now looks like he is going to stay on the racetrack. Ty Gibbs is going to hit pit road. SVG staying out. A playoffs point could mean everything to him right now, Marcaro.
It certainly could, and he has not won a stage yet this season, so that playoff point important in more ways than one. Van Gisbergen across the stripe. 2 laps to go here in stage number 1. Again, as Ty Gibbs makes his pit stop. And Van Gisbergen again now with a very big gap heads up to the top of the racetrack as we head to Wendy Venturini.
Jesse Love is on pit road. It's going to be a window tear-off, 4-tire Sunoco fuel. He said his car is really good. As for Shane Van Gisbergen,
That was your fastest lap of the session.
But he did not commit in time, and the team told him we are committed to staying out there.
Gibbs in, and who gets a 4-tire change. He heads back out, and everything going good for Ty Gibbs.
All right, so pit road is closed right now. Race leader Shane Van Gisbergen is making his way through the field here at Sonoma Raceway. It looks like he's going to be on his way to a stage win, an extra playoff bonus point, something essential for that team right now as they're already qualified. Rob, the race leader, is coming to you.
He is, and just in another lap or so, he will come up on some lap traffic. I don't know if they're able to stay on the lead lap. Those two cars are Garrett Smithley and Haley Deegan. They're going to have to fight hard because coming hard is the race leader, Van Gisbergen.
Van Gisbergen now has led 19 of the opening 19 laps. One more to get the stage win. He is almost 13 seconds ahead of AJ.
The leader just did a 30.647.
Ed Jones, who just made a pit stop. SVG has about 2 or 3 seconds behind the lap traffic of Deegan and Smithley in front of him, but a very comfortable lead to win his first stage of the season as he exits turn 3A and down the hill to 4.
Shane Van Gisbergen does not need to get too busy here with these lap cars of Garrett Smithley and Haley Deegan directly in front of him. He's got clear sailing as he takes it easily through turn 7 and goes for his first stage win of the year.
And as Shane Van Gisbergen works his way through the S's, one thing worth pointing out, we didn't have a whole lot of cars short of him. He's not going to lose a lot of track position by staying out and going through and winning the stage. SVG now coming down through the S's. The lap car of Haley Deegan in front of him, but too far for him to pass before taking that green and white checkered flag.
And of course, Van Gisbergen, absolutely no pressure from behind, so there's no incentive for him to be aggressive at this juncture. Down through the gears into turn number 11, giving himself plenty of safety margin between the right side of his car and
the car behind you is pitching. You're back in pit.
All right, here comes Shane Van Gisbergen. He will win stage 1 here at Sonoma Raceway, and following far behind his teammate AJ Allmendinger, 12.9 seconds back. Shane Van Gisbergen heading back through the field. Here comes second place AJ Allmendinger, and then it looks like Austin Hill is going to finish third, Parker Kligerman fourth, John Hunter Nemechek fifth, Chandler Smith is going to come home sixth. Big gap behind Chandler Smith to Sammy Smith, who will finish stage 1 in 7th place. Then you've got Anthony Alfredo, Parker Redflop, and our 10th finisher in stage
the car behind you is pitching.
Will be Riley Hurst.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you can use that money towards going to see your favorite team in the playoffs. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can go see your favorite team in the playoffs. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but we cannot guarantee that your favorite team will make the playoffs or even finish with a winning record. They can easily lose more than half their games and finish in the cellar because they stink badly and haven't made the playoffs in years. Savings very possible. Playoffs highly doubtful. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and affiliates, not available in all states. We cannot be held liable for your favorite team's terrible and frankly embarrassing performances now.
I wish you might call me very good at hide and seek. And since we got Xfinity, we have Wi-Fi all over the house, even in my super secret hiding spots. So I can tell time and here by streaming my favorite.
Ha! Found you. Help! Left to find my tablet on.
Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi on the Xfinity 10G network. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary.
Echo Park is the official used car of Speedway Motorsports, and they invite you to Echo Park's Coffee Cup Series. Join NASCAR legend Michael Waltrip in the fan zone tomorrow, where you can enjoy a free coffee, check out some awesome vehicles, and have a chance to win a VIP ticket upgrade.
The leader just did a 30.951.
Every car, happy owner. Shane Van Gisbergen has won stage number 1 here at Sonoma Raceway. We'll come back with pit stops. This is VRN, the Performance Racing Network.
If you have a chance to make a difference in a kid's life, you need to take full advantage of that opportunity.
For those kids to know somebody has their back, somebody is caring about them, thinking about them when they feel like nobody is.
Anything that I can do now to support Speedway Children's Charities, I do because I've seen the work firsthand.
We owe it to children, no matter where we come from. Unfortunately, there is no end to some of the terrible atrocities in our world. Speedway Children's Charities can feel really good that we are getting the most good out of every dollar that's good. At Speedway Children's Charities, our mission
is simple.
Help every child we can.
Because all children
deserve joy
and hope
and love.
If one child is still in need,
then there's still work to do.
Because their future is our future. And there's still so much they can teach us.
Find out more at speedwaycharities.org.
We're back at Sonoma Raceway in the Zip 250 Xfinity Series race. Stage 1. All 20 laps led by Shane Van Gisbergen, his first stage win of the season. At this point, we've had 9 different stage winners, and that breaks the streak of Justin Allgaier, who's won 6 straight stages coming into this race, having swept Darlington, Charlotte, and Portland. Finally, somebody gets a stage win besides Justin Allgaier.
Justin Allgaier and one of his teammates, Sam Mayer, among the few cars that actually short-fitted before the end of stage 1. Right now, the field is in tow behind the Toyota GR Super Pace car, and they're coming down toward turn number 10. Before they hit the turn 11 hairpin here at Sonoma Raceway, that's the entrance to pit road, but they have to go a long way before they get in front of our O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters, Alan Cabana, Wendy Venturini, and Brett McMillan. The big question here, we know some people are going to stop. Do people try and go for a total alternate strategy and stay out at the stage 1 break and maybe fit somewhere halfway through stage 2? We're about to find out, Mark.
And Gisbergen now, will he come on to the pit lane? Indeed he does, followed by A.J. Allmendinger. And just about everyone, it looks like, did not hit there just before the end of stage number 1. They're down to 40 miles per hour, making their way down the pit lane. First up is going to be Alan Cabana.
Maybe something to surprise how he chose not to short pit. I got 3 contenders. Chandler Smith is coming in. He got better as the run went on. They believe they have a top 5 car. John Hunter Nemechek running well. They say they need more front grip. And right in front of me is Austin Hill.
The leader just did a 31.477.
Shane Van Gisbergen has led all the laps, but he said it took long to get it going. The balance was good. He was falling over on the sidewall on both ends. He asked for an air pressure adjustment. The team asked if they could take a big swing. Would he be okay with it? And he said yes. Brett McMillan.
A.J. Allmendinger finishing up his stop a little slow on the left front for that. He said he couldn't turn the car. They gave him a significant air pressure adjustment at a 19-second stop from him. Parker Clear, but also he got a 4-tire change and an air pressure adjustment. I've had a chance to look at some of the tires that came off the guys who stopped earlier. As far as Justin Allgaier goes, he complained about his car. He felt like he was overcooking the rear tires. He had some small blisters on the rear tires. And Ty Gibbs had significant blistering on 3 of his 4 tires.
So as they came off the pit lane, these are the cars that pitted. They'll fall back in line, but other cars that pitted, leading them off the pit lane, Shane Van Gisbergen, then it was Austin Hill and Parker Clearman.
And Ty Gibbs is going to assume the lead here. He was one of the cars that actually short-pitted and came in. Jesse Love going to be another one of those drivers who's going to be running up there in the top 2. We're going to get to the Geico restart zone and start stage 2 here shortly. We'll be back with more from Sonoma Raceway.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
Think you've seen the best of NASCAR in Atlanta?
Have you ever seen anything like that?
Think again. NASCAR returns to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the first round of the Cup Series playoffs. It's high speeds and higher stakes with championship hopes on the line. It's gonna be epic, and the best place to experience it is right here. Don't miss the Quaker State 400 available at Walmart. Kicking off the NASCAR playoffs in an epic way September 6th.
Is your insurance playbook too confusing? Well, you can make it easy. Switch to Geico and get all your insurance coverage from one place. Go to geico.com today to get started. When we come back, we'll give you the lineup and we will get stage number 2 underway from Sonoma Raceway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hey, this is Carson Escobar, and you're listening to Country Radio Hall of Famers Kathy Martindale and Paul Shad on Racing Country Classic.
It's Kathy and Tim McGraw.
Back at
racing.
It's a fun thing to learn. I enjoy doing it. When I get the opportunities to do it, I try to learn as much as I can.
Hey, it's Kathy Martindale and Paul Shad on Racing.
The leader just did a 31.945.
Each year, vehicle trespasser and pedestrian accidents along railroads change the course of innocent lives, from train operators and passengers to families and first responders. Interacting safely with tracks and trains is the goal. It's important to be alert when approaching crossings. Never drive or walk around lowered gates. Do not walk on or beside the tracks. Trespassing is dangerous and illegal. Don't risk your life. Keep clear and stay safe. For more information, visit metroandtrains.com/staysafe.
Back at Sonoma
And to go with the line.
Getting ready to restart the Zip 250 for the Xfinity Series. About to get underway stage 2 after Shane Van Gisbergen led all 20 laps in stage 1.
And right now, after the pit stops, Ty Gibbs is in the lead. Jesse Love is running in second, third, and Sam there. Fourth, Justin Allgaier. Cole Custer up in fifth. Sheldon Creed is sixth. Austin Green is seventh. Shane Van Gisbergen is the first to pit at the stage break. He is going to restart eighth. Austin Hill ninth. Parker Footman 10th.
11th is John Hunter Nemechek. Sammy Smith 12th. 13th, A.J. Allmendinger. The front tire changer had the hose get caught in the fender on his pit stop. That's what cost him so much time. Chandler Smith 14th. 15th, Jed Burke. Parker Retzloff was 16th. 17th, Anthony Alfredo. Alex DeVay 18th. 19th, Ryan Z. Morris said up to 20th.
Josh Williams 21st. 22nd is Brandon Jones. 23rd, Jeremy Clements. Blaine Perkins 24th. Brad Perez is 25th. 26th is Preston Hardis. Kyle C. 27th. Kyle Weatherman 28th. 29th is Ryan Ellis. And 30th is Joshua Lee.
Nealon Honeyman 31st. 32nd, Matt Benedetto. Garrett Smithley 33rd. Thomas Nunziata is 34th. 35th, Brennan Poole. Then you have Ed Jones in 36th. 37th is Riley Herbst. And Haley Egan is out of the race. She is being scored 38th.
And that leaderboard update sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at progressive.com. The field has just hit the choose marker, which is just past turn 9 on the way to turn number 10. And Rob Albright, you're lined up tight behind that Toyota GR Super Pace car behind you.
Ty Gibbs and Super Rookie Jesse Love will restart this race in the front row behind them. On the inside will be Sam Mayer, his Junior Motorsports teammate. Justin Allgaier is alongside Sheldon Creed, who also stopped early. He'll line up in the third row alongside Cole Custer. The fourth row is interesting. That's where Shane Van Gisbergen comes out. Starting alongside him is Austin Green. He's the son of former Xfinity Series champion David Green. He raced his way from 22nd to 14th under Green, driving a car provided by Jordan Anderson Racing. It's going to be interesting watching this kid. Off of turn 10, or 11 now, to turn 12, and into the Geico restart.
The leader just did a 31.924.
He restarted on the inside, and he is going to assume the lead as he goes underneath the Toyota bridge.
And it's Matt down up the hill into the blind corner, turn 2. Ty Gibbs shakes away. Jesse Love takes her 3 wide, exiting turn 2, and gets into that second position with Sam Mayer third, as Justin Allgaier lunges
5
2
laps
wide
to go.
with Sheldon Smith at turn 3.
It's going well. Chase Pettis.
There in the lead.
A hard break into turn 4. It's going to be Ty Gibbs by 4 car lengths. Right at his tire tracks, 3 car lengths back now. It's going to be Jesse Love. Sam Mayer looks to the inside of Love. Nothing going on there. 3 wide behind them. Allgaier is hung up on the outside. Shane Van Gisbergen on the inside, and they stay that way into 7th.
Van Gisbergen right on the back bumper of Sheldon Creed as they hit the S's right now. A lot of hard action going through there as the field heads down through the S's right now. Ty Gibbs leading the way with Jesse Love and Sam Mayer.
After winning at Portland, Van Gisbergen surmised that he
2 to go this
to
time by.
race aggressively on restarts. He's doing that so far. He restarted 8th. He's going after the 4th position. He'll get to the inside of Sheldon Creed in turn number 11. The front 3 are nose to tail off turn number 11. It is Ty Gibbs leading the race, followed by Jesse Love and Sam Mayer.
As they come across the stripe, 20 laps to go in stage number 2. Top 3 have broken away. Van Gisbergen now has moved up to the 5th spot and now putting the heat on Sheldon Creed in turn number 2.
That's about 4 spots gained to this restart by SVG there in that 5th position as as we make that Sheldon Creed exits wide of turn 2. Van Gisbergen right in his tire tracks, and Justin Allgaier behind them. In front of them, exiting turn 3A, Sam Mayer trying to look to the inside of Jesse Love down the hill to turn 4.
Gives the leader back into turn 4. Hard right-hand turn. These two car lengths will be good. Over Jesse Love, third is Sam Mayer. Then it's a gap. You get back to the
Just got the white flag. That means one more lap to go.
Here comes Shane Van Gisbergen. He will take over the 4th spot.
Shane Van Gisbergen now, that left-hand turn down into the S's. He's going to have to make up just a little bit of ground before
Good win,
he can catch
Steven.
the back bumper of Sam Mayer. But right now,
Fun race,
top
guys.
three
Thanks
not
for
getting
coming,
away from each other
everybody.
with Ty Gibbs, Jesse Love, and Sam Mayer.
Ty Gibbs was able
Yeah,
to
thank you, Dean.
tempo with Shane Van Gisbergen during that first stage, but never able to seriously challenge the race lead. Now
Thanks, Dane. Thanks, guys. Hey, Dane, one of y'all build this setup? No, sir. This is that new iRacing update.
There's the flag, man. It's over.
That's hard to believe. I've never driven an iRacing vehicle that will turn.
We remain under green. Ty Gibbs, your leader, over Jesse Love. They're 1.1 second ahead of Sam Mayer, 3 seconds ahead of SVG.
And they come through turn number 3 right now. SVG does as he gets on the brakes, back on the throttle really hard, turns that car right to left, and comes down the hill to turn number 4, leading a big old train of cars.
Front 3 pulling away a little bit right
Good
now.
run,
That's
David.
Ty Gibbs, Jesse Love, and Sam Mayer. We'll see if SVG can make up any ground right now.
Yeah, I didn't understand it. Y'all was catching me and quit, and y'all pitted later than I did. I didn't understand that. And I couldn't catch the cars in front of me.
This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
But, thanks, it was fun.
Welcome back to Sonoma Raceway as Ty Gibbs leads with 6 of 25 laps in stage number 2 completed. 19 laps to go here in stage 2 as they cross the start-finish line. Alongside Mark Darrow, my name is Brad Gilley. Joining us in the turns, Doug Turnbull, Doug Rice, and Rob Albright. On pit road, we have Alan Cavana, Wendy Venturini, and Brett McMillan as our O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters. And our top 10 now looking like this. Ty Gibbs leads Jesse Love, Sam Mayer, Shane Van Gisbergen in 4th, Sheldon Creed is 5th. 6th is Justin Allgaier, Cole Custer is 7th, Austin Hill is 8th, Parker Kligerman 9th, and in 10th is John Hunter Nemechek.
11th on the grid right now is Chandler Smith. A.J. Allmendinger has rebounded from 14th up to 12th. 13th is Sammy Smith. Austin Green 14th. 15th is Jeb Burton with Parker Retzlaff, his teammate at Jordan Anderson Racing 16th. 17th, Ryan Sieg. Anthony Alfredo 18th. Josh Williams just moved up to 19th as Boris said drops back to 20th.
Coming down through the S's, Rob Albright. Ty Gibbs is not driving away from Jesse Love. In fact, he might be losing some ground.
Yeah, just a couple of car lengths of separation. Let's see who gets the better job done of braking as they decelerate and go down through the gears, entering turn number 11. Love is able to narrow the gap from about 6 car lengths to 3 on entry. However, he loses those car lengths back on exit of turn 11.
That lead duo, the last time actually gained ground on 4th place, Shane Van Gisbergen. This time around, Van Gisbergen went from 3 seconds, still 3.2 seconds back, riding in 4th. The man who led every lap in stage number 1, lead machines back on top of the course.
And they are going through turn 3 right now. It's the black and orange accented number 19 of Ty Gibbs in the lead. 2 car lengths back to car number 2, Jesse Love. 3rd place, the 3-time road course winner, Sam Mayer. They head to 4.
It's a Toyota of Gibbs, a couple of Chevys behind him, and Jesse Love and Sam Mayer, and also a Chevrolet for Shane Van Gisbergen. And guys, it looks to me like right now Shane Van Gisbergen is where he wants to be on the racetrack. He's comfortable being in 4th. Doesn't look like he wants to use that car up.
Top 4 again have separated themselves from the rest of the field. There's about 2 car lengths back to 2nd place Jesse Love. Make that 3. Same gap back to Mayer. Make it 5 or 6 back to the Shane Van Gisbergen machine. But then a pretty good battle after that. Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier, Cole Custer, tight group there, followed by Austin Hill and Kligerman heading for turn 11.
They'll battle toward turn number 11. Very close proximity to one another. I think Dave Bryce hit the nail on the head when he mentioned that Shane Van Gisbergen, he's playing strategy right now. He wants those tires to be good after 25 laps of racing.
For SVG, last time it was 3.2 seconds back. This time 3.5 seconds back. But behind him right now, Sheldon Creed sitting in 5th. He's got a lot of heat, Doug Turnbull.
Indeed, as they come higher up the hill here to turn number 2, Sheldon Creed leads him wide. It's almost a 2-wide battle behind him for 6 as Cole Custer gets in line. Back behind Justin Allgaier. They slow down, make that left-hander to turn 3, turn it to the right, and then exit straight out of 3A. Down the hill, it's still Creed leading that train from the 5th spot.
Creed is in 5th right now, hanging on tight.
That's
and that
6th
spot is going to be Justin Allgaier.
What was your name in
Smokey
and
EBD Can he
Racing?
make it stick? He gets up on the
Oh my
corner.
God!
But he'll hold him off this
Wow!
time.
And this time by, as they come down the S's, Cole Custer's going to have to regroup and try and hit that again. But he's going to stay right on the back bumper of Justin Allgaier. They're making their final left-hand turn through the S's before hitting the high-speed turn number 10, Rob.
We're still seeing these guys play nice in the sandbox. We're early in this race. Cole Custer definitely faster than Allgaier. He'll go deeper into turn number 11. Draw dead even as they enter the corner. Side by side through the turn. Let's see who has the better exit.
Awesome, man. Sounds good. I'll check it out.
In position, and Cole Custer looks like but not quite clear of Justin Allgaier.
15 laps to go in stage number 2. The hot spot right now is for 6th. Allgaier trying to hold off Cole Custer. He can't do it. Custer now moves up into that 6th position. Also now climbing up on the back bumper of Allgaier, Austin Hill. He's being trailed closely by Kligerman, Nemechek, Chandler Smith, and A.J. Allmendinger.
They come through turn number 3. Custer is disposed of Allgaier, who's struggling with Austin Hill behind him. They come down the hill through 3A toward turn 4 as it looks like some cars are kicking up dust.
Allgaier this time, he's lost a little bit of speed. Austin Hill working all over him. A nice run also for Parker Kligerman. Kligerman wants to look to the inside of Hill. Nothing going this time. That's a tight group of 4 headed back down through the S's.
As they work their way down through the S's, there's a quick left, right, left combination there. That battle rages on as the leaders continue to pull away. Here is Allgaier still trying to hold off a number of cars as they work their way into turn number 8 down to 10. Austin Hill, Kligerman still right there.
We watched this fight unfold from the 6th position. A little bit of a change up front. The front 3 have separated themselves from one another. But the 4th place car of Van Gisbergen has definitely visually narrowed the gap between himself and third running Sam Mayer.
Ty Gibbs just crossed the start-finish line to complete 31 of 79 laps here at Sonoma Raceway. We have 14 to go in stage number 2 as Ty Gibbs leads Jesse Love, Sam Mayer, and Shane Van Gisbergen.
When it comes to maintaining your engine to run at peak performance, trust Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Z-Max soaks in the metal, and it's so easy to add to your oil or gas to disperse carbon buildup in your engine, fuel system, and transmission. Protect your vehicle's engine to the max with Z-Max. Check us out at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter to find out more about our full line of products. Z-Max for your car, big rigs, small engines, firearms, and more. That's Z-Max Micro Lubricant, available at your favorite auto parts store.
When you switch and save with Progressive, that was your fastest lap of the session.
Courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it, and still it's unlikely. Maybe 4th row, but you're still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and affiliates not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone will top not significant with the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
Just a moment ago, Boris said in the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet, he spun, did not bring out a yellow flag, currently sitting in 34.
You want more unfiltered NASCAR analysis? Well, you can visit our YouTube channel at GoPRN Live. There, you'll find expert opinions, race breakdowns, and much more from our great lineup of studio programming. Like and subscribe to GoPRN Live today. Ty Gibbs continues to lead Jesse Love here at Sonoma Raceway. We have 13 laps to go in stage number 2. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Time to pull down on the handle and start rolling them here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
The green flag flies at the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
We're about to contest the Coca-Cola 600. We're racing at Texas Motor Speedway.
Now Keselowski goes way up the racetrack.
Here comes Harrison Burton. He rockets to the lead.
Trouble. Car goes around. It's Chris Buescher.
Joey Logano battles to the outside. They come back to the start-finish line.
Bubba Wallace looks inside. And now here's Byron. Takes a quick left to block him. They head back to one.
Here goes Ross Chastain. He's going to the bottom of the racetrack. Bubba goes up. Blaney hits the outside wall off of turn 2. Can Christopher Bell do anything with him? He gets down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Briscoe dives to the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side. They get loose. They spin. Now Tyler Reddick does the 360. So does Briscoe.
Heading into turn number 7 as he wraps it around. The crowd is cheering for Daniel Suarez here on this final lap.
Allmendinger gets into Alex Bowman. Ross Chastain back out to the front for the final time.
This is PRN.
Welcome back to Sonoma Raceway. 12 laps to go here in stage number 2. We have a trio of O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters with us here today. O'Reilly Auto Parts, the professional parts people. Let's go down to Wendy Venturini.
Shane Van Gisbergen led all the laps in stage 1 and lost a little bit ground when they made that big swing down pit road. However, Chip said this is the best his car has felt, and the team has told him he's 4 tenths faster this run at this point of this stage than he was the last stage for Shane. So we know that
was your fastest lap of the session.
Definitely feels better. And there is talk of short pitting yet again for Shane Van Gisbergen. Alan Cabana.
After that first pit stop at the stage break, tires were of major interest down here on pit road. That's because many of them had large chunks of rubber missing out of them, blistering their car. The tires on John Hunter Nemechek's car and Chandler Smith's as well. 3 out of the 4 each had big chunks of rubber just missing out of the tires. So
all right, man, we're going green next time. Bye. All right, man, line up on the outside road now. Pit road is closed.
I said, how big of a deal is this?
The estimated SOS is 1,397. There are a lot of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish.
Well, Ty Gibbs continues to lead this race, but they're cautioning him to be careful out there. Said make sure you save your rear tires. Don't push them too hard. We still got a long way to go in this race. A.J. Allmendinger's been cautioned to, hey, look out for guys who are going to short pit here. That could change the complexion of this race just a little bit.
So at this point, SVG and the leader Ty Gibbs have been 1-2 the last 2 or 3 laps
5 cars left to grid
here at Sonoma Raceway. And although Van Gisbergen has run the quicker laps, Gibbs on a little bit older tires is only a couple of tenths behind his time. So right now the gap still 3.3 seconds from first place Gibbs back to Shane Van Gisbergen, who won stage number 1. Want to remind you that coming up tomorrow, it is going to be the Toyota Save Mart 350 at 2:30 Eastern Time. If you missed it earlier today, Joey Logano captured his second pole position here at Sonoma as he beats Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson. That was our top 5 in qualifying again a little bit earlier this afternoon here at Sonoma.
Looks like we got a battle on the racetrack. Doug Rice, I think it's headed to you.
That's a battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right now. Jesse Loves has it. He's got a lot of heat right now from Sam Mayer, and SVG's watching all this unfold. They're into turn 7, the big rounder that goes back to the right. They'll stay in that same position. Love, Mayer, and SVG down the hill.
As they head down the hill now through the S's, Jesse Love running in the 2nd spot. About a car length back is Sam Mayer. SVG is trailing Sam Mayer as well. This is the fastest part of the racetrack, but Rob, they're about to get on the brakes hard right in front of you.
Oh yeah, they are. As Gibbs continues to stretch his legs out front, things are tight for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Here comes Shane Van Gisbergen right to the back bumper of Sam Mayer. Turn number 11. He cannot
get ready.
Make the pass. Mayer gets sideways off the corner. Van Gisbergen is there, but yet to make the pass.
This battle happening with 9 laps to go here in stage number 2. Love, Mayer, and SVG climb the hill again to turn number 2.
Green flag, green flag.
They have to get on the brakes into turn 2. Blind corner. Love takes it a little wider. Mayer looks inside, and Van Gisbergen trying to choose the line that Mayer doesn't take. And now they turn left into turn 3. They get on the brakes. They hit gas again. Upshift, up the hill, down the hill. Love still leading it for that 2nd spot, 3rd and 4th.
Three-way battle for 2nd, about 3 seconds behind race leader Ty Gibbs. Through turn 4, they're headed for another right-hander in turn 7. It's Corbin the lift. Still going to be Love. Shane Van Gisbergen dives to the inside of
You're in third place.
SVG tried to make the pass just before the S's couldn't make it stick. That's allowed Jesse Love in the second spot now to pull away from Mayer and Shane Van Gisbergen. They work their way down the hill again, heading for turn 10.
Shane Van Gisbergen still new to American racing NASCAR style, but you wouldn't know it watching the way he's competing all season long thus far. He'll dive into turn number 11 once again. Will he get to the back bumper, Mayer? Yes. Does he make the move to the inside? No, not on entry at least. On turn 12, it's Ty Gibbs, 20 car lengths over Love. He's 5 car lengths over this fight for second. Third round.
8 laps to go right now here at stage number 2. That battle for third is going to continue up the hill toward you, Doug Turnbull.
Indeed, as Jesse Love pulls away in second. Third place is Sam Mayer. SVG, let's see how he gets into turn number 2. He gets a little
That was
more
your fastest lap of the session.
He tries to cross him over from behind, but Mayer holds his line there as SVG
The car in P4 just hit the fastest lap. 24.663.
As Ty Gibbs is out front.
Gibbs just pulling away. Jesse Love's in a comfortable second. Battle still for third. Shane Van Gisbergen working all over Mayer. He made a real run at him last time. This time he'll just stay in expired tracks and stay in fourth.
All right, now as the field comes through the S's, Shane Van
The car in P4 just hit the fastest lap. 24.59. Got one outside. Good job. The next car is the leader. Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
Things are starting to heat up. We have 8 laps to go.
Stay low. All clear, all clear. That was your fastest lap of the session. There you go, man. You're now the leader.
About 15 car lengths over Jesse. 2 more, 3 more now back to Sam Mayer. Mayer's tires are going away because he slipped by it all through turn 11, and Gisbergen waits for the opportunity to pounce.
Justin Allgaier continues to slip back. Austin Hill has passed him. Chandler Smith has passed him.
Outside. That was your fastest lap of the session. Stay low. All clear, all clear. The car in P2 just hit the fastest lap. 24.506.
Parker Kligerman looking for his first Xfinity win. He's slipping back to the top 10 now with John Hunter Nemechek behind him. They come down and into turn number 3. Hard on the brakes there as they made that left-hand turn and quickly back in the gas as they're starting to space themselves out.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
The front 6 remain unchanged this last time by. Hanging on to 6 is going to be Cole Custer. 7th is Austin Hill. Riding in that 8th spot is going to be Chandler Smith. And he looks pretty stout. He's being challenged by Parker Kligerman, John Hunter Nemechek, and the baby Justin Allgaier.
That battle happening well behind the leaders, actually some 13 seconds behind the leaders. They make their way through the S's. Again, Kligerman is trying to climb up on the back bumper of John Hunter Nemechek.
The car in P2 just hit the fastest lap. 24.406.
Now is in that spot. Nemechek, Allgaier, and again, Austin Green. Rob Albright doing a great job. Green running in 12th.
He lost half a dozen spots on the restart, but he's been slowly picking him off a few laps ago. He drove around A.J. Allmendinger, so kid's got some skills, no doubt about it, as Austin Hill leads this pack off of turn 11.
We have 6 laps to go now here in stage number 2 here at Sonoma Raceway. Ty Gibbs continues to lead Jesse Love by 3.5 seconds. Then it's Sam Mayer, Shane Van Gisbergen, who are still in a very tight battle now coming to you, Doug Rice.
In turn 4, it's Jesse Love, 2 car lengths over Sam Mayer. SVG tried everything he can to get around Mayer. This time they dive into turn 7. He reaches the outside. Nothing going on there. We'll just stay in the tire tracks and Sam Mayer hit into turn 8 and back down through the S.
Last week in Portland, Shane Van Gisbergen drove into victory lane with a car that looked like it was beat up. He's beating it up now, coming through the S's, right on the back bumper of Sam Mayer. He looks to his right, he looks to his left. He's going to try and make a move here, Rob.
A year ago, or a week ago, I should say, in Portland, he gave Mayer a shot.
The car in P3 just hit the fastest lap. 24.341.
Not wanting to replicate what happened last week. In turn number 11, he dives deep into the corner. He'll have the advantage off the turn, but Mayer won't go easily as he travels back hard.
As they cross the stripe, 5 to go. Van Gisbergen has taken over the 3rd spot. He'll now try to chase down Jesse Love as he works his way through turn 1. The left-hander back up to the right-hander, turn number 2.
What a master class in track position from SVG up to the 3rd spot. Sam Mayer hasn't given it up as he sits there at 4th. They trail Jesse Love by several car lengths out front. Ty Gibbs enters turn 4 now, several seconds ahead.
Ty Gibbs in a different zip code from the rest of the field right now.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
A little bit. That second spot,
they work their way through the S's again. Ty Gibbs, 4.4 seconds ahead of Love. And although SVG has moved into third, he's 5.5 seconds back as they again climb down the hill gradually into turn number 8, then to turn number 10.
Watch this battle as it continues. Jesse Love's advantage over Shane Van Gisbergen is about a dozen car lengths. Van Gisbergen will try to narrow that entering turn number 11. He'll shrink it down to about 4 car lengths. Off turn 11, Ty Gibbs, 25 car lengths up over Jesse Love, who continues to hang on at least for the moment to that second position.
Ty Gibbs with a big lead right now as we have 4 laps to go in stage number 2. We do expect to see some short pitting here, even though that's going to be on the very outer edge of the fuel window as the leaders have to head up to you, Turnbull.
And yes, Ty Gibbs scoots away into turn 3. Coming out of turn 2 now is Jesse Love. He's trailed behind by Shane Van Gisbergen and Sam Mayer, and then it's a couple of seconds behind them to the 6th place car, rather 5th place of Sheldon Creed. The leader, Gibbs, goes for 4.
Kind of impressed with the run that Sam Mayer's given this car. Van Gisbergen got around him 3 laps ago, but he hasn't really pulled away. Mayer's only about 6 car lengths back. He's in 4th. Riding in the good spot, he's had a really strong run today. It's Sheldon Creed.
This time down the S's, our race leader, Ty Gibbs. When he comes across the start-finish line, it's going to be 3 laps to go. He has a pretty commanding lead now coming through the S's. The big question, will we see some team short hit now? Very few can wait to the next lap before they can do it. Ty Gibbs now coming to the hairpin, Rob.
And he'll stay out on the racetrack. You know, we've almost completed 2 full stages here this afternoon. Not a single caution flag brought out other than the green and white checkered at the end of stage 1. As Ty Gibbs continues to have things his own way in this second stage.
Just 3 laps to go in this second stage of the Zip 250. Then it's Love and Gisbergen, and all the way back to Sheldon Creed in the 4th
You got it,
spot.
Robert. Thank you for
have
coming
some
back.
cars that are hitting the pit lane, and we're going to keep it right here until we figure out who that is. Chandler Smith, along with Parker Klickerman, passing the start-finish line. Let's go to Alan Cavani.
And Austin Hill is one of those cars that has decided to get early. They're around to the left side, putting 4 tires in the car. No adjustments that I can see. The team said they just didn't have the same speed they had in that first stage, Brett McMillan.
Sam Mayer comes in and he gets a 2-tire stop. We'll check on that. Also in A.J. Allmendinger, he said the car is super loose. They're going to get them a 4-tire change. They're working to the right side now. They're also getting a major chassis adjustment. 2 rounds on that. They come around to the left side. Car's jacked up, being filled up with Sunoco fuel. And now they drop the jack and A.J. pulls away.
Yeah, getting out just ahead of him is Austin Green, who also had a pit stop there. Again, he's with under 2 laps to go now in this event.
All right, it looks like Shane Van Gisbergen's going to stay out. Jesse Love is going to stay out. We're coming to 2 to go right now. Here comes our race leader, Ty Gibbs. So once again, SVG stayed out in stage number 1. He's going to stay out in stage number 2. This time, Ty Gibbs stays out as well. And Doug Turnbull looks like he's going to try for the stage.
He's got a very similarly large lead as SVG had a stage ago. As Gibbs is in turn 3 right now. A decent battle for the second position exiting turn number 2. SVG is working Jesse Love. SVG gets harder into turn 3. Love pulls away. They're only about a car length and a half apart. And SVG wants that second spot in those precious stage points, Doug Rice.
Ty Gibbs has about a quarter of a mile lead over the field, and that's a good battle back there for the runner-up spot. Jesse Love has in his grasp.
Yeah, I'm just cruising, man.
Into turn 7. That's a big round turn. Van Gisbergen gets a little bit loose, but still working to the rear deck lid of Jesse Love.
You know, 2 rookies in this series battling for that second position, and they're only rookies of equality based on the number of years that they have in this series. And a great battle continues for that second position. Into turn number 10, Van Gisbergen gets to the back bumper, Jesse Love. Let's see if he tries to outbrake him getting into turn 11. He'll stay right on the back bumper. And so far showing patience as they move through 11. Now he goes to the inside. Shane Van Gisbergen will get underneath the car of Jesse Love, and they'll race side by side into turn 12.
That battle happening over 5 seconds behind Ty Gibbs as he crosses the stripe. 1 lap to go in stage 2. And Gisbergen makes the pass, moving him up to second as they head to turn number 2.
But the battle's not done yet as SVG climbs the hill. He's going to exit wide.
We have 10 to go this time.
There as Ty Gibbs is almost into turn 4 by now. SVG keeps Love to that second position to turn 3 and up the hill onto the flat there. SVG is PJ 2 and down the hill to turn number 4.
Ty Gibbs not concerned with that battle for second as Shane Van Gisbergen to the good over Jesse Love by about 3 car lengths down the short chute into turn 7. It's going to be Shane Van Gisbergen by about a comfortable, call it, 2 car length advantage over Jesse Love.
Final time down to the S's here in stage number 2. Ty Gibbs stays well
Inside.
in hand as he looks for his first stage win. This
Stay high.
His third start on the Xfinity Series in 2024.
Still there. Hold your line.
Closing up on the back of a couple cars that are trying hard to stay.
Clear low, clear low.
Here's Finley right in front of the race leader. Gibbs has no reason to be too aggressive with it. Into turn number 11 for the final time in this stage. Jesse Love tries to get back to the inside of Shane Van Gisbergen, but he will not be able to do that.
Ty Gibbs now crosses the start-finish line, enjoys a 6.3-second advantage over second place Shane Van Gisbergen. Then it's Jesse Love coming across the start-finish line. Here comes Sheldon Creed. He'll finish stage 2 and 4th. Cole Custer will be 5th. Behind Cole Custer, Chandler Smith brings his Toyota across the start-finish line. Then it's John Hunter Nemechek, Parker Kligerman, Justin Allgaier, and behind Justin Allgaier, it looks like it is going to be Parker Retzlaff. Takes away the 10th spot from Sammy Smith. And stage number 2 is complete here at Sonoma Raceway.
Hey, airline travelers, let's say you have a problem and you need to change or cancel an existing airline reservation. What do? Well, Skywatch is a free service that can help anyone with any airline reservation.
Got one outside.
Whether you want to cancel it, change your date,
Stay low, there's a car on the high side.
we can help fix your airline reservation.
All clear, all clear.
So you get exactly what you need. We've updated our computer database and now have access
Outside.
to every airline around the globe.
5 laps to go. Stay low. We're in a podium position. All clear, all clear.
And fix it for you. We know the insider secrets with fixing reservations that the airlines don't want you to know about. So if you need to cancel, change, or modify an existing airline reservation, call Skywatch right now. It's a free call, so let us fix it for you. 800-397-6805.
Got one outside.
800-397-6805.
Stay low.
800-397-6805.
Still there. You're clear high, clear high.
6805.
Got one outside. Stay low. You're clear high, clear high.
Geico.com today to get started. Ty Gibbs wins stage number 2 here at Sonoma Raceway.
Got one outside. That was your fastest lap of the session. Still there. All clear, all clear.
This is PRN, the performance.
Got one outside. Still there? Hold your line.
PRN's Brad Gilly. Did you know you can take PRN with you anywhere?
All clear, all clear.
The PRN mobile app, you can listen to our live race broadcast from anywhere. Make sure you don't miss a second of the action from the track.
2 laps to go.
Station listings and on-demand access to your favorite studio shows like Fast Talk, Big Reporters, or Garage Pass. Get all the latest racing information at
Outside.
your fingertips with the PRN mobile app.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side. Still there? Hold your line.
Hey, I'm Corey Jordan.
One more lap to win.
The mission
Stay
of
low.
Speedway Children's Charities has remained true since its founding almost 40 years ago. To care for children in educational,
Still
financial,
there.
social, and medical needs in order to help them lead happy and productive lives. So many children have benefited from our group in the past, but we need your help now more than
Still
ever.
there.
There's so much we can do when we all join together. So
All
start
clear,
today.
all clear.
Visit SpeedwayCharities.com.
Outside.
And thank you in advance for your help.
Still there? Hold your line.
Good work, man.
Nice win. Way to go, man.
guys.
Damn. Welcome back to Sonoma Raceway. Stage number 2 is complete. Ty Gibbs, winner of stage 2. Stage
All right, man. Good job.
Shane Van Gisbergen runs in second right
Very nice, Joseph. It was nice to see the coach him to do that, too, with the fifth gear thing. Pretty cool. Consider us, Joseph, we could use your shoes in this series on Tuesday. FSD Racing. Think Higgins, son of a bitch racing, and you'll find it. FSD Racing. You can just rev find and ask for get touch with us or whatever. See if
fuel mileage just a bit more. It helps that we
Red
have these
team,
laps
sir.
here at the stage 2 break, but we're about to have potentially the longest run under green that we've
race
had
is over.
all
Love
day
to have
long,
you.
and we've seen
All right,
some
guys.
cars
See you at the
already
next
put
one.
themselves out within 20 to 25 lap stages.
It'll be
See you, Ray.
interesting. Do you have enough fuel and enough tires to finish out this race this afternoon. A.J. Allmendinger, one of those guys who pitted early, and of course he's one of the favorites coming into this race. Hasn't shown the kind of muscle yet to go up there, take the lead, do what he needs to do, but maybe you get him out front. Clean air being king, you never know.
You'd never know. Sammy Smith has had to make an early exit from this race. Saw something with him with some smoke on the course right before on that last lap of stage number 2. He's back in the garage, a broken axle for Sammy Smith. So tough break for him here in this race at Sonoma Raceway. But right now the field in tow behind the Toyota GR Super Pace car. Pit road is open, and Ty Gibbs is going to lead the field through. It's a long entrance to pit road, Mark. They actually have to go on the outside of the hairpin in turn number 11 before they can hit a pit box.
And at 40 miles per hour, it takes a while to get there. Meanwhile, out on the racetrack, pace car driver Jason Brownlow behind the wheel of that Toyota GR Supra. He runs 45 as they run 40 down the pit lane. Right now, let's go to Alan Cavana.
The first pit box on pit road is Chandler Smith. He slides it into his pit box. They had a great run there, very fast, happy with it. They just have to fix turns 7 and 8. Chandler has to do that out on the racetrack. Up a little ahead, John Hunter Nemechek in the 20 car, still fighting loose condition from stage 1. Wendy Vendrini.
Shane Van Gisbergen said the front end is all over the place and the rear axle has a vibration on the right-handed turns. It's 4 tires, Sunoco fuel. Also in third, Jesse Love. He's losing ground in turn 11. The roll speed and the center of the exit of the turn is his hardest spot. They were afraid to lose balance, so it was a simple air pressure adjustment for Jesse Love. Brett McMillan.
4-tire change, no changes for Ty Gibbs, but he did wait on fuel. They held him here. The tires were all done, but they did hold him for a few extra seconds to make sure it was full.
Cole Custer wins the race off of pit road. He is followed by Shane Van Gisbergen, and it's showing Sam Mayer next. Sam Mayer actually had to come back down pit road. Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier, and Parker Kligerman as well. It looks like Jesse Love had a really odd entry into his pit box as well. That might have slowed him down. When we come back, we're going to give you a leaderboard update here as we're about to start stage 3 at Sonoma.
I'm what you might call very good at hide and seek. And since we got Xfinity, we have Wi-Fi all over the house, even in my super secret hiding spots. So I can kill time in here by streaming my favorite...
Ha! Found you.
How?
You left Find My tablet on.
Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi on the Xfinity 10G network. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary.
At Hunt Brothers Pizza, you can choose from 10 toppings at no extra charge. In a hurry, call ahead to place an order or grab a hunk of pizza on the go. Find the nearest location at huntbrotherspizza.com and follow me, Joey Logano, all season long.
By downloading the free PRN mobile app, you can listen to all of our live race broadcast anywhere. You'll also have easy access to all of our award-winning studio shows. Get all the latest racing information at your fingertips with the PRN mobile app.
Watching a replay, Brett McMillan was right. They definitely packed Ty Gibbs' car full of fuel with his Toyota GR Supra. They were also on pit road for a little bit of an extended period of time with an issue getting the left rear off the race car. At Progressive Insurance, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. We'll give you a full field leaderboard and get stage number 3 underway when we come back to Sonoma Raceway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Dale Earnhardt, he's almost been deified. There's a mystique about him that's never been attached to any other driver, including your dad.
I think there's two things for Dale Earnhardt that make him who he is. He was that guy that's your neighbor. I don't care if you live in a mobile home. I don't care if you live in a mansion. He's that guy that was your neighbor. He's the guy that was out in his yard planting his plants. He's the guy that was out there mowing. He's the guy that was out there doing it. He's the guy that drove the truck. He's the guy that got up under the car and changed the gear. He's the guy that put on a uniform and jumped in that car and became your hero on a Sunday afternoon. And you could identify with that. He's really that last guy. And he is, in the words of Tom Wolfe, last great American hero, the book that was written about Junior Johnson. He is that last guy to a lot of people. And he was going to have that following no matter what. It moved to a different level because of what happened at Daytona. Billy Joel, only the good die young. And that's the way you remember it. So I think that moves you to a different place, too.
Back here live at Sonoma Raceway, getting ready to start the final stage. Just had a round of pit stops. Chandler Smith had a fast car and a fast stage too, but he sort of dirt tracked it when he got into his pit stall and slid. He slid too far and got blocked in by the car in front of him, lost some pit position because of it, Wendy Venturini.
On this end, Jesse Love had a little bit of difficulty getting into his pit stall on time because he couldn't see his sign. He made a hard left. He almost overshot it. He had to back it up. He lost about 11 spots on pit road based on that slight little incident that caused him to have to back up the car. And I believe he's going to be starting in the 16th when we have Shane Van Gisbergen, who pitted right in front of him, restarting in 5th. Brett McMillan.
Well, Brad mentioned that Sam Mayer came back down pit road. He'd pitted once before, but he got right side tires only that time. This time he came in and got left side tires only. An opportunity for a quicker pit stop, a little better track position when they start this final stage.
Pit road penalties for John Hunter Nemechek, Jeremy Clements, Riley Herbst. They will have to go to the back. Let's set the field for you as we get set to take the green flag in the third and final stage of the Zip 250 Xfinity Series race here from Sonoma. Austin Hill, your leader. Austin Green second. A.J. Allmendinger third. Cole Custer fourth. Fifth, Shane Van Gisbergen. Sam Mayer sixth. Seventh, Sheldon Creed. And then eighth, Justin Allgaier. Parker Kligerman ninth. 10th, Jeb Burton.
Josh Williams running 11th. Chandler Smith is 12th. Parker Retzloff 13th. Ty Gibbs down to 14th after having that slow pit stop on the left rear. Ryan Sieg is 15th. Jesse Love 16th. Wendy Venturini talked about what happened to him on pit road. 17th is Anthony Alfredo. Jeremy Clements being shown as 18th, but he's dropping to the back. Then it's Kyle Weatherman. Brandon Jones rounding out the top 20.
Ed Jones being scored 21st. 22nd, Blaine Perkins. Ryan Ellis 23rd. Alex LeBay next in line, followed by Josh Balicki in 25th. 26th, Brendan Poole. Kyle Sieg, Preston Pardis, Boris Said, and Thomas Annunziata now finishing out the top 30.
Matt DiBenedetto 31st, Garrett Smithley 32nd, Riley Herbst is 33rd. He had to drop to the back because of a penalty. Brad Perez is 34th. John Hunter Nemechek also serving a penalty, 35th. Leland Honeyman 36 -1. Sammy Smith off the track, he's 37th. Haley Deegan 38th, she is -7. And Rob, the field stacked up in front of you.
Pair of Austins will restart this race in the front row. The
Got it, Mike Chuck.
Green will start alongside Austin
Yes,
Hill.
sir, you're all that
Second
clear.
row is the car of on the inside is Cole Custer. On his flank is A.J. Allmendinger. Restarting in row number 3, Sam Mayer along with Shane Van Gisbergen. The Toyota GR Super goes to pit road, and the field heads to the Geico restart zone.
Green flag is back out. 30 laps to go in this race today at Sonoma Raceway. Austin Hill has the lead. A.J. Allmendinger
let's see how hard
second with
Superdale likes
Austin
it.
Green.
Some different names in the mix up front here as Austin Hill scoots away, and Austin Green puts some contact
Hey, yo.
as they come out of turn number 2. Shane Van Gisbergen
Black,
to
clear.
3 wide for the 6th position. Move Van Gisbergen next to Mayer up in about the 4th spot now as Austin Hill scoots away down the hill, exiting turn 3A. Has trouble in front of me here. Several cars, multiple cars are wrecking. It started with a spin, and it's hard to see which ones are involved because there's so much smoke. I saw Josh Williams go around. Heavy damage to, it looks like, several other machines, including Riley Herbst and the 19 of Ty Gibbs, who just won stage 2.
Brandon Jones also got spun around there, and Ty Gibbs and
Yeah, it's okay. Ty Gibbs is Jesus. He'll find a way to be okay.
Brandon Jones parts and
I'm sure Boris has
flying
found
off
a way
the
to be
back-to-back
to it
cars
too.
and tries to take that wounded machine back to pit road.
Josh Williams also has a lot of damage on the number 11. That car is smoking as he goes back down the racetrack. Also heavy damage here for Chandler Smith as he is limping back to the start-finish line. A lot of cars involved there in front of Doug Turnbull, and the biggest loser it looks like is going to be Ty Gibbs, the right side of that number 19 Toyota, all used up.
Yeah,
Gotta
Gibbs,
love
a lot
Ty
of
Gibbs.
damage on his car, and that's what a slow pit stop
Superdale
put
just
him
dragged
back
the
in
brake a little
fray.
bit because he's going
And
so
Mark,
much
it looked
faster.
like a demolition derby at the top of turn 2.
Everything got checked up there, and Chandler Smith was the first car to get booted and turned, and after that, it was a majorly traffic jam, and Ty Gibbs got the worst of it, Brandon Jones as well, but it all started back there with this kind of an accordion effect, and Chandler Smith got punted, and when he got turned sideways, it completely roadblocked this road course, and that brings out our first yellow flag for any kind of deal on the racetrack we've had today. The first two stages went clean and green. Stage 3, not so much.
Yeah, first caution for cause, and this is going to be a bit of a cleanup.
Super Dale, more like super scared.
On the racetrack, it looks like we've got some cars
super
on pit
fraud
road as well, trying to get a little bit of crash damage on the DVP clock. Austin Hill, A.J. Allmendinger, Austin Green, Shane Van Gisbergen, Cole Custer, Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier, Parker Kligerman, Jesse Love, the top 10. They all got through that clean. Brennan Poole is now up to 11th. Ed Jones is 12th. Ryan Ellis 13th. Anthony Alfredo 14th. After Josh Williams spun right there, Mark, it looks like most of the field just literally stacked way up behind them and have severe damage on their cars.
I don't know. Again, Ty Gibbs was right on the back bumper of Chandler Smith, and again, you have this accordion effect. I'm not sure they touched or not. But Smith was the first one to go, and then right there as well went Josh Williams. And like you said, after that, there wasn't really a whole lot of real estate. And you have to be careful when you jump off into the dirt here because you could get stuck as well. Let's go down to Brett McMillan.
Well, Ty Gibbs just made it into his pit stall. He had to be directed from the pit box because he could not see out the front of the car. The hood is buckled up in front of him. They had to guide him into the pit stall. So they've gone around to the right side. They're taking a look at the car right now. He's cut off the engine. They're looking at the hood to see what they can do there, whether or not they can remove it. I don't think they're going to be able to kind of jump, pound it back down. But they're taking a look at the hood. They're talking to the crew and trying to decide if there's enough. There's too much damage to fix. He's also got some damage.
Yo, Brian Hicks, how'd you get raked by a grape?
The deck lid is kind of split down at ground level. They said
he did what?
The
guy that nobody knows how to pronounce his name.
Tough luck for Ty Gibbs here today. He won stage number 2, and his day is going to end early. And just so much damage.
No way.
On a lot of
Super Dale is back.
They have Josh Williams' car on the hook. He's out of the car. That car's not moving anywhere just yet. They've got a lot of work to do here before we get this track cleaned up. And for people who are on any kind of a fuel strategy, wondering if they could stretch it all the way
Yo,
to the
Terry
edge,
Funk, how we doing tonight, brother?
Fuel is going to get them a lot further right now with these laps under caution.
Absolutely what the doctor ordered for those guys, no question about it. Usually they talk about it. It's not a perfect science, but they go like 2 caution laps per green flag lap. So they figure they're always getting at least 1 lap out of going on yellow. Watching that replay, number one, amazing amount of
right now
got thrown up by those guys that got flown off the racetrack.
Who, me?
Watching Ty Gibbs, he pounds into the back of one car, then as he spun off into the dirt, another car jumped off the racetrack to try to get around it, ran in to the left rear of Ty Gibbs' car. So that is the reason why that car is kind of beat up on all 4 corners.
I would like to survey 2 of our turn announcers because it looks like there are a lot of things on the track, maybe different things. Doug Turnbull, Doug Rice. Turnbull, we'll start with you. What does the racetrack condition look like in front of you?
Yeah, for sure. Well, first off, as they were driving into this turn where they wrecked, the sun was shining right at them, and then all of that dirt and smoke helped affect the crash. Now, right in front of me, as I see the wounded car, Chandler Smith go by, I see an machine, which is one of the track leaders, and then several jet drying trucks. I've seen one of the track safety.
Are we going to be going through the pits again like we did the other race?
So they're also hooking up, I think, another car to a wrecker that's just out of my sight. Maybe Doug Rice can see it, not sure, as they've had several cars stranded on the track after this melee here, then the restart to begin stage number 3.
Thanks, Doug. That is Brandon Jones's number 9 machine just at the entrance to turn 4. They are just now getting a wrecker hooked up to that car, so it's going to be a while before it clears off. And then when you come down the chute through turn 7, about halfway down through the S's, there are also a lot of AMR safety vehicles at that part of the racetrack. I don't know if there's a car there. I think it's just debris on the racetrack, but it got pretty cluttered up here. And one of the more interesting aspects was that the leaders kept racing for like 5 seconds after that crash happened because the yellow hadn't came out. So it was frantic by the time they got to turn 7. And as I speak, they're now putting down the stay dry in the big ellipse that is turn 7. Back to the right. It starts downhill to the S's.
Tough break for Josh Williams. He had back-to-back top 10s, 8th at Charlotte, 7th at Portland, starting to get things rolling for Kaulig Racing. Instead of getting his 3rd top 10 today, he gets his 3rd DNF. Let's go down to Alan Cabana.
Chandler Smith in for a second time as the team puts more bear bond. I saw the car coming right at me as he pulled into his pit stall in the front left, the nose of the car, that's completely gone, so they're trying to patch that up as much as they can. Also, the right rear of the car has a ton of damage, a bunch of bare bond going on. Chandler Smith was just out there for a lap, pushed it hard a little bit, and said, look, I mean, it still runs. There's nothing major wrong with it other than a lot of the body damage, so that's what they're trying to fix right now. Remember, a lot of this may be attributed to his track position out there on the track coming in for the pit stop. He got caught and too far in his box, then was boxed in at the end, lost a lot of track position there, and this may end up being the result here.
No doubt the problems for Ty Gibbs.
So, Jason, how was your visit to Rochi?
Back in the middle of that car, now heavily damaged. A car that led 26 laps and won stage number 2, looked to be in prime position to maybe win this race.
That was parallel to the Australians right there.
Starting, but what lit the fuse for Ty Gibbs and his problems was the problem on pit road, got him back in the pack, and now that car absolutely...
Hey, 6, I'm going to slow down for the next pack, if you don't mind.
As Doug Rice had mentioned, they were putting some stage
Yo,
ride
Preston, Junk Junction, how we doing tonight, brother?
Right there in that kind of roundabout right-hand section of
Dang it,
race, you can see some fluid actually working its way down through the S's, a lot of stay dry up in front of Doug Turnbull as the crews make their, the fields rather, makes their way now in toward turn 11. Austin Hill is leading this race. Right now we have 28 laps to go. A.J. Allmendinger's running in second, Austin Green in third. Then it's Shane Van Gisbergen. Wendy Venturini had mentioned that Shane Van Gisbergen was feeling something a little off in the rear of his race car. Remember, Sammy Smith is off of the track right now because they actually had an axle break in his car. So we still have a lot of racing to go, Mark, even though we're going to run through a handful of these laps under caution here with the extensive cleanup that's going to be going. We're going to come back. We'll still have a good handful of laps, and there are no guarantees as to what's going to happen in this race.
As they cross the line again under yellow, still 27 laps to go. In an oval track race, you'd go, well, that's not very many laps. Well, remember, you got 1.99 miles, 12 turns. That is still a monster amount of time, as you talked about, Brad. And so I'm guessing we'll restart this race 23, 24 laps to go, somewhere in that neighborhood maybe. We'll have to see. You know, Brandon Jones, we see his car being taken off on the hook. He is headed for the garage area, and now we see Ty Gibbs' machine also on the end of the hook. He's out of it. For Brandon Jones, his 5th DNF of the season, had an engine blow at Richmond, accidents at Martinsville, Talladega, Portland, and now here at Sonoma. Again, gives him 5 DNFs on the season. A quick break. We'll come right back to Sonoma Raceway.
Hear that? It's the gentle sound of a waterfall on your hike. And if you were here, you'd take a deep breath of fresh air if you weren't so winded. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the bugs you wake from your headlights are all the nature you need. So if you ride...
Got one outside.
Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
You're clear high, clear high.
All for the green and loss. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. It's not available in all states.
The official used car of Speedway Motorsports. I'm inviting you to Echo Park's Coffee Cup Series. This NASCAR season, me and Echo Park will be arriving to the tracks early to meet fans over a cup of coffee and check out some of their cars. Plus, you can win a VIP ticket upgrade and ride in the pace car. Talk about a whole new meaning of pre-race jitters. Echo Park, every car happy owner.
Cleaning up a big mess here at Sonoma
Inside,
Raceway.
clear low, clear low.
Caution for cause. 27 laps to go here in the Zip 250. This is BRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney. I'm a third-generation race car driver. We dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road.
Go high.
It's important to know this.
Got a car stopped up high. Go low.
Experiencing problems with their memory or having trouble with routine tasks.
Have a slow car on the bottom. Go low.
Time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Here's Christopher Bell.
My Toyota Camry TRD race car isn't cheap to build and prepare. I have a pit crew that maintains and fixes my equipment. I have a spotter high above the track watching my back, talking me through turns and potential dangers on the track. I physically train
Pit boxing 5, 3, right here.
Software helping my crew chief and engineers make the right strategy calls.
They're showing us a black flag. They caught us speeding on pit road. They're going to hold you for a while. Come on in for the black flag or you'll be disqualified. Have a slow car on the bottom. Go high.
We're back at Sonoma Raceway, still under yellow in the third and final stage of the Zip 250 Xfinity Series race. And then a programming reminder, tomorrow we're back on the air at 2:30 Eastern Time with the Toyota St. Martin 350. Joey Logano leading the green flag in his third pole position this season and his second here at Sonoma.
A very fast race car in qualifying earlier here today. And for our all-star race winner, Joey Logano, the one thing that he really needs is one in a points-paying race. We have two multi-time champions that are active drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series right now. That's Joey Logano and Kyle.
They're showing us a black flag. They caught us speeding on pit road. They're going to hold you for a while. Go high.
Playoffs contention. Neither has a win. Neither.
We got a slow car up ahead. Go high.
Including tomorrow's Toyota St. Martin 350 for NASCAR.
Yeah, again, on the outside looking in, we can take a look at the Cup Series point standing.
They're showing us a black flag. Didn't exit the pit place. You have to drive through the pits without stopping.
Bottom level. Denny Hamlin 21 points up on Kyle Larson, 27 on Chase Elliott. But then again, you go back to Joey Logano. He is 16th, Kyle Busch 17th in the points, Logano 14 points off the bubble, Kyle Busch 20. So it's not a big gap, but again, you'd rather be on the other side of that, certainly right now.
If you're going to take them and put them into playoffs contention, Kyle Busch and Joey Logano, two multi-time champions, you have to pull people out. And you look at the people above them, that's not going to be an easy thing. It's really easy to put them in. It's not easy to take them out.
Yeah, the guys directly in front of them, Bowman, Chastain, Blaney, Wallace, Busher, that's a pretty tough group, and they're all running pretty well right now. Let's go down to Alan Cavana.
And I'm with Josh Williams, one of the victims of that.
All the damage is repairable.
Big mess out there.
Yeah, what happens when you send the rich kids in the back with a bad pit stop. They got to win the race with 30 to go. But, I mean, it is what it is, man. We had a good run going. We started in the back and, made our way up almost inside the top 10. So we're going to have a good day. We'll keep this string going, but we'll go on to the next one and have another good day.
Dare I say you saw some aggression that you didn't expect?
Yeah, I mean, it was straight 3 wide on the second corner. And, I was just a victim. I was on the wrong side of it, so it's part of it.
Josh Williams done for the day.
Oh, thank you very much, Alan Cavana. Wonder who he was
All right,
talking
that's it.
about,
Go.
Mark Darrow. There was a certain number 19 that came in with the crushed hood.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs, again, he was right there near the back bumper of Chandler Smith, and Smith was the first one to spin. So, again, there was so much smoke. Once Chandler Smith spun, you're trying to get a glimpse of the car right behind him, and there was debris and dirt and dust everywhere, so it's kind of hard to see.
Let's survey our turn announcers who were a part of this, both Doug Rice and Doug Turnbull. Doug Turnbull, how are things looking up there in turns 2 and 3?
I was a part of it. I was not the rich kid coming from the back causing the crash, okay? Just to be clear. I was up here calling it, and yes, indeed. So what we saw the last time you checked with us is an armada of safety crew trucks almost completely blocking the racetrack, having to tow away Brandon Jones's car, pick up debris. Well, now they've since sent the blowers through and are slowly blowing off the stage drive from the track that soaks up the fluid. But they're starting to finish their job up in front of me. But Doug Rice, my goodness, you have something that probably a little boy would dream of. Tons of trucks out in front of you there still trying to finish the job.
Doug. I'm glad you exonerated yourself there, that you were not the cause of that melee. Yeah, there's an entire phalanx of safety vehicles up here in turn 4. I count 6 right now, including the Elgin sweeper that comes along and helps suck up all that stage drive. I will give them credit. They had a big stream of it down through the Essence. Most of that's been cleared off now, but it's still going to be at least 2 or 3 laps before we even think about going back to green flag racing. Let's go back down to pit side and Alan Cavana.
Yeah, back at the medical center. Brandon Jones is out, checked and cleared. Just give us what you saw from your perspective. It was a dusty mess out there.
For sure. I mean, I started checking up in front of us and couldn't really do anything about it. I think the worst part is when you start getting hit from behind, your mind's not really telling you to push the clutch and get it out of gear, so the gear's trying to pull you through the wreck, get hit from behind, you're on the brake, right? So you got a lot of forces just acting against you. I mean, I don't think that probably much I could have really done in that scenario, except for just been faster all day and stayed out of that stuff a little bit, right? I mean, I gotta look in the mirror a little bit and try to figure out how to get better at these dang road courses. It's so hard. I also have simulation, and every time I go to the simulator, I'm one of the best cars in the simulator, and then I come here and I'm the worst car, right? So I just got to keep working on my craft. I'm not going to let this discourage us. This is something that we, and as myself, I didn't grow up doing much of road racing and just trying to get better at it, and so this is an area we got to keep working towards, but really looking forward to Iowa coming up. I think it's going to be a really good one for us, and then we got New Hampshire and a couple others in there that are going to be really solid tracks for us, so we just got to keep pushing forward. I know this team's fired up for those. We can't let them get down. We got to keep everybody amped up on the 9 group, and always thanks to Menards Gentlemen for coming on board this weekend and helping us out with the race team.
Brandon Jones, looking forward to getting back to those ovals. Brett McMillan.
I'm here with Alec Yance, the crew chief for A.J. Allmendinger. You guys have slowly worked on this car, just a little bit. Now you guys sitting there in the top 2. And this is a good guy to have sitting there running up front in a road course, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Colleague Racing couldn't ask for anybody better than A.J. Allmendinger behind the wheel. Having the opportunity to start on the front row right here. It's been a little bit of a frustrating day, but we've just kept digging, kept chipping along at it all day, and he's done a great job inside and telling us what he needed to be better. And hopefully this clean air will fix everything we fought all day.
How big would this one be for AJ?
Oh, it would be huge. It would be the turning point of our season. It's no lie. We've struggled a little bit here all year long. We need a little momentum, need a little bit of luck.
Good luck rest of the way.
Thank you.
That's Alec Yance. He is the crew chief for the hometown boy, A.J. Allmendinger.
If you had to pick top 3 favorites going into this race as far as the road course racers, Allmendinger, Van Gisbergen, Mayer would have been my top 3 picks. Allmendinger's currently second, Van Gisbergen fourth, Mayer in the 5th spot. So the heavyweights are moving their way to the front right now. And we spoke to Brandon Jones just a moment ago. He came into this race outside the top 12, and right now that'll hurt his cause. We are now going back to green. It will happen with 24 laps to go in this race. Austin Hill, A.J. Allmendinger, 1 and 2. Austin Green is 3rd. 4th, Shane Van Gisbergen. 5th, Sam Mayer. 6th is Cole Custer. Sheldon Creed is 7th. 8th, Parker Kligerman. 9th, Justin Allgaier. Ryan Sieg in 10th.
And Rob Albright, we're finally about to get a restart, and they are 2 by 2 in front of you.
Well, I think even though we've had the big one, which we rarely get at Sonoma, I think there's more to happen. The big story in Turn 11 is that there's been no story. Usually chaotic down here. We have seen none of that this afternoon, but we've got plenty of racing to go. The Toyota GR Supra pace car will slowly make its way out of Turn 11 and suddenly dart to the right and head to the safety of pit road as the race leader, Austin Hill, along with A.J. Allmendinger, will bring them to the Geico restart zone.
Again, we'll take the green flag with 24 laps to go. It is out. And now Austin Hill with A.J. Allmendinger right on his passenger door to door. They go to turn number 2.
And you know it's going to be aggressive on this restart because who's behind him? Shane Van Gisbergen, who tries to get under Allmendinger, but Allmendinger closes the doors. Austin Hill scoots to the lead, and who's up to 4th? It is Cole Custer, the winner of 2 road course races a year ago. Now they go through turn 3 and through the stage drive for the first time, but the cars for now, at least they keep grip.
Austin Hill pulls the train through turn 4, hard right-hand turn. A.J. Allmendinger right in his tire tracks. And in 3rd, it's Shane Van Gisbergen, and then Cole Custer, and then Austin Green holds down the 5th spot.
Heading now into the S's, Austin Hill still leading the way over A.J. Allmendinger and Shane Van Gisbergen. Things look like they're getting a little bit heated behind them right now. You saw Sheldon Creed actually knocking doors with Sam Mayer. That's back actually just outside of the top 5.
Qualifying will start in about 3 minutes. Don't forget, we are live on twitch.tv/Xfinity. Make sure you pull up the stream so that you can actually control the race while we race.
Now they'll set up for turn number 11. Here comes Van Gisbergen. He'll get even with his teammate, A.J. Allmendinger. Side by side off turn 11. That fight doesn't last long. SVG moves into 2nd, and now will set his sights on Austin Hill.
Across the start-finish line, we now have 23 laps to go here in the Zip 250. Austin Hill leads Shane Van Gisbergen up to 2.
And Shane Van Gisbergen still getting heat from A.J. Allmendinger, who puts the fender to him there, but Van Gisbergen in 2nd spot holds him off. Austin Hill likes that and has a 3-car length lead. They scoot away from the 4th place car of Sam Mayer, who's in turn 3 now, as leader Austin Hill exits turn 3A and down the hill to turn number 4.
Down the hill hard they come. Turn 4 back to the right. It's still Austin Hill by about 2 car lengths. Shane Van Gisbergen in 2nd. 3rd, A.J. Allmendinger. Then it's about 8 car lengths back to Sam Mayer, and they all glide through turn 7 and tackle the S's in turn 8.
A big loser, Cole Custer. Sam Mayer decided for a little payback just a moment ago in turn 11. Turned Custer completely around, and before he could get the car turned around in the right direction, he pivoted down through the field all the way down to 31st.
Well, watch the race leaders now coming out on turn number 10. Austin Hill, best known for his exploits on the mile-and-a-half racetracks, but he's a competent road racer. However, his race lead, as he locks up the front tires momentarily getting into turn 11, shrinks to less than half a car length as he and Van Gisbergen pull away from A.J. Allmendinger.
Here comes the battle for the lead. It is Austin Hill about 5 car lengths in front of Shane Van Gisbergen as we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Austin Hill dashes out of turn 3, coming down the hill. The right-hander of turn 4, right in front of him. 3 car lengths behind it, Shane Van Gisbergen. They fly downhill through the chute to turn 7. This big looping right-hand turn. Van Gisbergen gains about 3 car lengths. He's about 1 car length off race leader Austin Hill.
Headed down the hill right now. We've got 22 laps to go here in the Zip 250. Austin Hill is holding a very smooth wheel. In fact, he pulls away just a bit from Shane Van Gisbergen as they head down to the bottom of the racetrack. Austin Hill setting up for the right-hander of 10.
You got to believe that Shane Van Gisbergen is just biding his time, waiting for the opportunity. Hill stretches his advantage momentarily as he gets down through the gearbox in turn number 11. This time he does not lock up the front tires. 180-degree right-hand turn. Very tight, very small radius. Off turn 2, the gap, 5 car lengths.
As they work their way back across the start-finish line, 21 laps to go in this race at Sonoma. Again, top 2 pulling away from 3rd place, A.J. Allmendinger, who's pulling away from 4th place, Sam Mayer.
Yeah, this is turning down into 2 road course titans here, trying to figure out if they can get to the leader, Austin Hill. Shane Van Gisbergen in that 2nd position as he takes a more aggressive charge into turn number 3. Then they kink the car to the right in turn 3A down the hill. It's still Austin Hill, in fact, in that lead.
Van Gisbergen a little bit closer this time than he was last lap. As they're through 4, they shoot down through the chute, head to 7. Let's see. Van Gisbergen wants to peek to the outside, now dives to the inside. Nothing there, but he's still only about a half a car length off the rear bumper of Austin Hill.
As they again work their way through the S's, the quick left, right, left. Again, Austin Hill heading downhill, holding on to the lead. Shane Van Gisbergen, though, closing in as they work their way through 8, heading for 10.
The front pair far enough out in front of the 3rd place machine that Shane Van Gisbergen need be in no hurry in his attempt to get around Austin Hill. He'll close the gap again, getting into turn 11. He's very good right there, trying to find an opening on the bottom of the racetrack, but Austin Hill, he's right against that Jersey barrier. No place for the 2nd place car to go, and Hill will continue to lead.
As the leaders cross the start-finish line, let's go back to the infield care center with Alan Cavana.
Outside the care center with Ty Gibbs. Ty, I know the pit stop put you in back of the field in the mid there. What happened after that?
Yeah, I don't really know. I haven't really seen a good replay, but definitely unfortunate. I think we just got back at the mess, and one guy got spun, and everybody just held it wide open. This is what it looked like from my view, and I got hit a bunch of different times by people just pinning it. So I don't know what all happened there, but definitely an unfortunate way to end our day.
All right, Ty Gibbs out of the care center and out of the race.
Meanwhile, the leaders working their way through the S's again. Austin Hill still barely holding off SVG down through the S's. Again, Van Gisbergen looking to take the lead, retake it, as a matter of fact. He led 21 laps earlier today as he tries to take the lead for the 2nd time in turn 10.
I think everybody, with the exception of Austin Hill, sees the upcoming pass whenever it happens as inevitable. Hill is doing everything in his power to maintain the race advantage. A car length, that's the difference between the number 21 of Hill and the 97 of Van Gisbergen. They'll remain that way, nose to tail off turn number 11, back up through the gearbox as they head toward turn 12.
It'll be 19 laps to go this time by. You get the sense that Shane Van Gisbergen is just setting him up, waiting for that right moment. Could it be here as they climb up the hill?
He keeps taking small bites of the apple, SVG does, in each turn there, but Austin Hill holds him off. In this race a year ago, Eric Almirola got the lead just like Austin Hill did through pit strategy, and Kyle Larson could never pass him. This time around, it seems like SVG has a beat on Austin Hill as they go down the hill out of turn 3A to turn 4. It's still Austin Hill in the lead.
Give Austin Hill a little bit of credit. He's holding a pretty wheel right now. He's kept SVG about 2 to 3 car lengths back. He's got a little bit of a cushion as they roll into the right-hander of turn 7. They set up down through the S's. It's still Austin Hill by a car length over Shane Van Gisbergen.
Right on his back bumper, Shane Van Gisbergen chasing him down the hill. The top two pulling away from third place, A.J. Allmendinger. Here comes SVG taking a little bit of a different line now as they head to turn 10.
Austin Hill's first appearance at Sonoma was a year ago, finished 8th. He gets a bump in the back end from Shane Van Gisbergen. Van Gisbergen rolls out of the throttle at least for a moment to give Hill a chance to get his car back under control. Good move on his part. That is SVG. Off of turn 11, it is about 4 car lengths this time. The lead for race leader Austin Hill.
18 laps to go. Austin Hill leads them across the stripe. 14 laps led and counting. Ty Gibbs has led the most laps today, 26. SVG 21. Top two in turn 2.
They exit turn 2. Austin Hill takes his car wider before turning it to the right there to make his entrance to turn number 3. The sun getting lower in the sky and right in their eyes, but it's still about a 2-car length lead for Austin Hill, who's won several races this season, but never in the Xfinity Series has he won on a road course.
Temp has dropped an easy 10 degrees since the start of this race. Also, it's got to affect the track surface. This time, Austin Hill, 2.5 car lengths over SVG. The right-hander, that is turn 7. They're both up on the curb. They'll head down the hill into the S's. Don't forget A.J. Allmendinger. He's not out of this.
Allmendinger right now being scored 2.6 seconds behind the battle for the top spot. Austin Hill, SVG back down the hill. And Austin Hill right now, Rob Albright has gapped SVG on that lap.
Yeah, and I think that's momentary. I think SVG is simply saying, all right, let's just regroup here, and we've got plenty of time to get this done. This second place advantage over A.J. Allmendinger, however, in this process has begun to shrink as A.J. was 20 car lengths back. He's cut that gap in half. Austin's lead is about 10 car lengths over Shane.
As Doug and Rob mentioned, A.J. Allmendinger slowly becoming a part of this picture as Austin Hill leads Shane Van Gisbergen and A.J. Allmendinger.
All right, man, we're going green next time by. All right, man, line up on the inside row. Your road is closed.
For your home for less than $2.
The estimated SOF is $1,896.
Are you paying less than $50 a month right
There are a lot
now
of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish.
Right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price
That's
increases.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Super Saturday, and I'm going to go over the rules with you guys real quick. For those of you who it's your first time here, just know that this entire broadcast, this entire race is controlled by our Twitch. So yellows, black flags, EOLs, everything's controlled by our Twitch. Head over to the Twitch right now, twitch.tv/RaceXfinity. That is where you're going to do everything that you need to do tonight in order to give yourself an advantage in this race. You will have a stage break at lap 15, so that will be the only automatic caution that's thrown. If you do go down a lap, don't worry about it, because whenever the yellow comes out, you get 3 wave rounds around the top line. Lead lap cars stay on the bottom line. If a lead lap car does wander into the top line, I highly encourage you to make them realize their mistake and take them out. Just remember, no passing under yellow because it's super speedway. Failure to comply with any Twitch penalties that are given to you will just result in removal from the race. Move to P1 redemption cannot be overridden for at least 3 laps, and no Twitch penalties on the white flag lap or overtime. As you guys know, this is Superdale night. Superdale is up in the front right now, leading this thing. Also, any intentional wrecking of the AI will also result in removal from the race. So you cannot intentionally wreck Superdale. All right, that's all I got. If you have any questions, there's a bunch of admins in here that can answer them for you. See you later.
Kathy Martindale and Paul Shad on Racing Country.
Hi, I'm Christopher Bell, and this is the fastest 2 hours on the radio, Racing Country. I still have a lot to prove to compete at the level that I want to compete at. We have more to accomplish in the sport, and we want to do better than what we've done the last 2 years.
Racing Country, music from the fast lane.
Catch the 71 car, catch the 15 car, catch the 71 car, catch the 50 car, catch the 54 car, catch the 54 car, catch the 56 car, catch the 29 car, catch the 24 car, catch the 46 car, catch the 46 car, catch the 66 car, catch the 16 car.
Week on broadcast radio stations, the free PRN app, or at goprn.com.
Catch the 16 car.
Could be an issue for Shane Van Gisbergen. His voltage was reading a little bit off for Shane. He asked the team if he should switch boxes. him, but definitely not the first time he's felt something odd in the race car today. Earlier, he said that the rear of the race car was a little bit shaky and uneven, so lots of things have felt weird, that's the quote from Shane Van Gisbergen today. And this last one of the volts, they're trying to reassure him that he has not lost any time as he continues to fight for a victory here at Sonoma Raceway.
He's fighting for the lead now.
Catch
Internal
the
up.
16
Down there as he brakes really hard, trying to get underneath Austin Hill. Hill shuts the door on him, but Van Gisbergen has the nose under there. That's where he wants it. But Austin Hill gets a great run off turn 11 and will maintain his race lead.
Coming to 14 laps to go. One car length for Austin Hill over Shane Van Gisbergen as they make the left turn under the bridge.
Get ready.
Music as they climb the hill now as the caution is out of the racetrack. We'll have to suspend that lead battle for now.
Not Uncle Runkle.
Problem coming off turn number 10. I think it was Jesse Love. We saw him come back onto the race.
Yeah, he's in chat with me. He's gone. He'll be back in a second.
The car was okay. He restarted 16th and raced his way back up.
Catch the 16 car.
Now for that mistake over in turn 10.
He was running 8th at the time. He slid across the racetrack.
Green flag, green flag.
Nice job sneaking by him as he backed it out there onto the exit of turn number 10. Everybody got by safely. That was a quick yellow by NASCAR. Let's go to Wendy Venturini.
Jesse Love just came over the radio and said it went around on me. I don't know what happened, man. So he was able to get the car going. He will be hitting pit road the next time. It looks like he has a little bit of
That's your car is blank.
left side of the nose of the race car. We'll check it out when we hit pit road.
That is just the 4th yellow flag today. We've run only 11 laps under caution. We'll take another break and return to Sonoma Raceway.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a Shakespearean actor.
Oh, woe is me. Wherefore have thy claims held when I hast offended vendor?
Pardon the interruption, but when you file a claim with Geico, your claims team will be in touch right away.
But willest thou forget about me later when thou needest updates?
No. They'll always be there to, helpeth you out.
Well, I suppose that I should be known something else, like my lactose intolerance. Why mustn't Harry disagree with me so savagely?
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Handle the smoke? Then Toyota Racing wants you. Not the kind of smoke walk that would throw Christmas. Good. The kind of smoke the victory comes. Dripping less than a hair's width from walls.
Ricking on the front stretch.
What the fuck? I'm so sorry. Somebody just kept pushing me.
Ricking on the back stretch. Go low. Ricking on the back stretch. Ricking on the front stretch. Go high. Ricking in turn 3. Ricking in turn 3. Ricking in turn 4. Ricking in turn 4. Outside. You're clear high. Clear high.
We will take you commercial free to the checker flag.
Slow car down low. Go high. Slow car down low. Inside. Clear low.
Pendergrass is trying to give us some room there. Thanks for not killing me. I was confused as to why you went way up, and I saw what happened. Like, okay, I get it.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file.
You're welcome.
Pit road is closed. Catch the 16 car.
Hi, this is PRN's David Stiles. Join me each week.
I was going to say they made the AI better, but not giving the complete stop, and then, well, he did that.
As of right now, if I were to name my top 5, I can tell you Chase Elliott wouldn't be in that top 5 with this next gen car. He has a lot to prove on the road courses with this next gen car. But I still
Past the 22. Past the.
Tyler Reddick has been outstanding.
That's JC's Garage, wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Catch the 16 car.
Ace car heading in 3. This yellow flag has been brought to you via Twitch. If we are live at twitch.com/Xfinity. Thanks to Rowdy805.
Now open.
Gray at 54.
Keep digging.
AKA me. By the way, where's Pender?
Past the 18.
Pender is, Pender's gone.
Anybody that's out front is going to come
Dang.
down because somebody, if they do that, or a bunch of somebody, are going to stay out.
If you guys feel like calling Pender or calling his father, wake him up.
What happens
You're more than welcome to.
They don't go down the pit lane.
When there's one way to get Pinder to show up, we'll take the chicane at Daytona, I'm sure we'll show up.
Catch the 16.
I say as a punishment for Pinder not showing up tonight, he has to take the chicane to Daytona next time he shows up.
Any takers among the lead machines? It looks like they will indeed stay out on the racetrack.
I'm trying to do my lap back right now, so if you're in the way, you will be killed. I do not care.
Again, Ty Gibbs has led one time for 26 laps. He basically ruled
Still you
in
pitting?
stage 2. Shane Van Gisbergen led all 20 laps. In stage number 1, he's led 21
Nope.
altogether. Austin Hill has led 19. And
Thank you.
Pit box team.
So let's give you a rundown. No, let's first go to Wendy Venturini. Wendy?
So Jesse Love, the last time he was on pit road, he almost
5,
missed his pit stall. The reason it sounds like is radio
3,
communication.
2,
His crew chief Danny Stockton
1,
is trying to
right here.
count him down to the pit stall, and that's why he missed it.
59, you can take your wave around. Go ahead.
Then he spun around, hit the wall, has nose damage. Now they're deciding to come back down pit road. 4 tires and Sunoco fuel along with some
That side clear.
left side of that nose to fix Jesse Love's
That's it, go.
damage.
It better be clear, because once I catch back up to you guys, I'm going to be still trying to get laps back.
It's been having problems with the car being very loose. And
24,
also
go
some
to laps back.
braking issues started locking up on him. So he
Line up
came
single
down.
file.
Lap backs on the high side. Keep the high side clear.
Also a little bit loose, Cole.
If the high side is not clear, they have full rights to kill you.
So let's give you the rundown as we currently
We advise you to get out of the high line, but you don't have to.
53 car.
third AJ
Past the
It's your
18.
funeral.
Past the
Sheldon Creek.
catch the 53
Don't worry, I won't be
car.
at it.
Handcuffed in 6th, 7th Justin Allgaier, John Hunter Nemechek 8th, Ryan Sieg 9th, 10th is Alex
Catch the
Goulet.
53 car.
Running in 11th, 12th is Riley Herbst. Brennan Poole 13, 14th is Boris Said. Jeremy Clements is 15.
Let the 53 car by.
Ed Jones is 17th. Preston Hart is 18th. 19th is Matt DiBenedetto. Chandler Smith is 20th. All of those cars stayed out.
Parker Kligerman 21st, 22nd Kyle Weatherman, then it's Blaine Perkins 23rd.
Past the
Cole
6.
Custer
Past
being
the
scored 24th, 25th Garrett Smithley, Brad Perez 26th, Josh Balicki 27th, Jesse Love now 28th, Ryan Ellis 29th, 30th Anthony Alfredo.
Leland Honeyman 31st. 32nd is Tony Annunziata. Haley Deegan 33rd. Sammy Smith is 34th. He had an axle issue. He is minus 8 laps. Ty Gibbs out of this race. He got into a wreck. He will finish 35th. 36th, Jeb Burton. He's out of the race as well. Josh Williams 37th. That's where he'll finish. And Brandon Jones will finish 38th.
So we are getting the signal now. We'll go 1 to go. And
all right, man, we're going green next time by. All right, man, line up on the outside row now. Catch
As
the
you double
12
up,
car.
still keep the high side clear.
Take the green flag with 11 to go.
I got
Oh God, there is a super nail up against the wall, so be careful as you're taking your laps back.
Let SVG have his way.
Right, can I get a BFC?
Past the 60, past the, catch the 12 car.
A top road racer. He's got
Super Dale is holding the wall, so
Hill wins this thing.
just keep an eye on that.
Slow down.
Watch it, slow down, slow down, slow down.
Hill, Shane Van Gisbergen, and AJ Allmendinger.
Here, go inside, 60.
Racing stable up there at Welcome.
Go inside of him, go.
Campus of Richard Childress Racing. Van Gisbergen and Allmendinger calling racing cars, but they all have that technical alliance. And I think right now, if you're Austin Hill, maybe you get a little physical, and maybe you get Shane.
Gonna get around in 1 second.
He's racing his teammate AJ Allmendinger.
All right, there we go. I'm good.
I don't know that there'll be much hope.
And
Hey, Mark, go get your lap back, brother.
Behind Shane Van Gisbergen, does he decide
24, get your laps back.
Because he's got a get out of jail free card after SVG spun him a week ago at Portland. So we'll have to see what happens there.
We're about to find out what happens. The field is going to hit the Geico restart zone as the Toyota GR Super Pace car comes onto the pit road. And here they are, Austin Hill on the inside of Shane Van Gisbergen. The green flag is back out. Hill will have the advantage as they head up the hill.
Could this be the decisive moment of the race as the field is too wide, climbing that hill to turn 2? Shane Van Gisbergen outbreaks Austin Hill, runs him wide. Hill slips. He's going to lose several spots. Move Van Gisbergen into the lead. There's a lot of cars behind him. Sam Mayer into second. Austin Green from 6th to 2nd as Austin Hill, the leader, is falling back. The leader now, SVG, goes into turn number 4.
Van Gisbergen with a 6-car length advantage into turn 4, the hard right-hander. Now in second
Now you
place
black
is
flag
Mayer.
clear.
Austin Green is riding third. Allmendinger back to 4th, but he's going to get a challenge from Sheldon Creed. Allmendinger spins, goes off into
Green, green, green.
Can I get a black flag clear? Appreciate it, race control.
You're up top 3 wide.
It looks like Sheldon Creed helped
Hold your line.
a little bit there in that turn. SVG in the
You got one
meantime
inside.
continues
You're 2 wide there. All clear, all clear. Inside. Stay high. All clear, all
I may
clear.
have damage.
You got one
Go
inside.
inside, go inside, go inside.
Stay high. You're up top 3 wide. You got one inside. You're 2 wide there. Still there. Stay high. Clear low, clear low.
Set your blinking just a little bit, but I'm going to keep following you.
Shane Van Gisbergen continues to lead this race as he's heading up toward the high part of the racetrack. Makes a right-hand corner. He's about to head down the hill. Doug Rice.
Watch the piece.
Have a slow car on the bottom. Bricking on the front stretch. Go low.
Holy
That was
crap,
your
I just saw the undercarriage of the truck.
Bricking on the front stretch. Outside.
Careful, big guy.
Turn 1. Still there. Hold your line. All clear, all clear. Bricking
Thanks for
turn
saying hi,
2.
48.
Slow car up high. Outside. Go low. Outside. You're 2 wide there. You're clear high. Clear high. Go low.
So what happens when you go 4 wide?
Bricking on the back
Can't dodge
stretch.
anything.
Inside. You've got wheel damage. You got one outside. All clear, all clear. You got one outside. Bricking on the back stretch. You're clear high, clear high.
Wait for me, 50.
Outside.
When you catch
Still there.
Yakavazi,
All
if we
clear, all
push.
clear.
5, back off of me a little bit. Morgan, buddy, I don't know if you saw me, but
Bricking
holy
on the
crap.
front stretch.
As Van Gisbergen crosses the line, we've got 9 laps to go. We look at the replay. How
Bricking in turn 1. Bricking in turn 1. Bricking on the front stretch. Bricking in turn 2.
Racking.
Bricking in turn 2.
Carolina leader, but right now the Kiwis up front. That is Shane Van Gisbergen, about a 3-car lead over Sam.
Was that Superdale?
Bricking on the back stretch. Bricking on the back stretch.
Oh, you moron.
Slow car ahead. Go low. Go high.
Future reference, if you're wrecked, stay below the yellow, please.
Alright, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Let the 71.
This caution is brought to you via
When
Twitch.
the yellow flag came out. Let the 71.
Super
car
Dale is
by.
a crook.
Down to the S's, heading for 8. Back downhill now for turn 9 and heading for 10.
Negative Vorman
Van
bungle.
Gisbergen out front. Big gap now over Sam Mayer.
Shane Van Gisbergen, about 5 races into his Xfinity Series career, said he couldn't believe how physical these Xfinity Series drivers are.
Will this be the stage caution?
Let the 05 car by. He had the position when the yellow flag came out.
Number 11,
No, I think he should lap 15.
Sheldon Creed gets to the inside of Austin Creed. Creed battles back, but Sheldon Creed having a strong
If it's close, they'll sometimes call it.
8 laps to go now. Shane Van Gisbergen leading Sam Mayer. Sheldon Creed now the 3rd place driver. Then it's Austin Green and Austin Hill.
Pit road is now
Austin Hill's
open.
had a heck of a comeback as he did fall in the back of the top 10. Is recoiled there. It'll be hard to get to the front, but he still has 8 laps to do it.
Yeah, this can be the stage track.
Number 3 right now.
What lap are we on?
Hard on the throttle again. And Shane Van Gisbergen, who is
Lead lap is on lap 10.
over second place Sam
Thank you.
Mayer, down the hill toward turn 4.
Got that right,
There,
Doug.
is the truck okay?
By maybe 4 more car lengths that last
Huh?
lap, as he's got about half the chute of a
Is the
lead
truck okay?
over Sam Mayer. Easy through turn 7 down on the bottom side
no.
of Irving.
Here comes Shane Van Gisbergen.
Hey, Terry,
now.
go-
He makes his
Terry,
way
go get
through
your
the
lap back,
S's
brother.
to left, right, left, and then a final
13,
right
get your laps
part of
back.
this race course as they head down the hill. He's got a very comfortable gap in front of Sam Mayer. Wondering, however, Sheldon Creed appearing to be very aggressive. Right now, we still have 8 laps to go. Can Sheldon Creed catch Sam Mayer and make things interesting for that 2nd spot?
Austin Hill opened the season with back-to-back wins at Daytona and Atlanta, and now Shane Van
Pit box
Gisbergen
in 10.
might become the 2nd driver to win successive races. His advantage over Mayer
5,
now has grown to about 20 car lengths.
3,
10 back to Creed,
2,
another 8 to
1.
10 to
Right
Creed,
here.
and then it is Austin Hill who is really working hard to get up there.
7 laps to go. SVG 1.3 seconds ahead of Sam Mayer, 2.6 over Sheldon Creed, 23.6 over Austin Green.
They exit turn number 2 now. The leaders do as Sam Mayer's trying to find some speed.
All right, that's it. Go.
Moves into these corners here.
Superdale isn't getting into all penalties. This should have been in the rules. Thanks, Mike, for that one.
There as he heads to turn 4 once again.
Right hand turn 4, swings it out wide. Does Shane Van Gisbergen.
Line up single file. Catch the 46 car. Pass the 15. Pass the. Catch the 46 car. Pass the 3. Pass the.
Make it 1 to 3.
Catch the 46 car.
As is the gap back.
Hey, is this going to be our halfway, or are we going to have it a little bit later?
Pass the.
Yes, this is the halfway.
Catch the 46 car.
You guys should let it go green to the end. Strategy.
Hey, you can redeem that in Twitch. And there's the Twitch. You gonna go check it out?
Pass the 3. Pass the.
Portland last week, and now with 6 laps to go, he is leading the way here at Sonoma Raceway.
He's going to climb that hill again to turn 2, and not only is turn 2 a blind corner, but it's right in
God, Superdale Jr.'s trying to kill everybody.
Go look over your pit box so early that you just miss it, and it gives you no indication until you pass it.
Take some time away. It's still about a second and a half, maybe.
Jerry, you didn't see that.
For SVG, and that's the same pattern going back to
I have no clue what you're talking about.
60. Pass the. Pass the 3. Pass
That just
the.
happened to me in the pit. Went right by it. Texting on the apron might not be the way to go. Speak for yourself.
This leader is just making a perfect line around this racetrack. Sam
I just thought you were dodging a pothole.
Bumper, but it's several car lengths to the leader, Shane Van Gisbergen. Now he makes a right-hand corner, a left-hand turn before hitting the fastest part of the racetrack and back in
Pass the 15. Pass the. All right, man, we're going green next time by. All right, man, line up on the inside row. Catch the 420 car. Pass the 29. Pass the.
Long way to go. The gap first to second as they come off turn number 11. About 10 car lengths SVG.
Catch the 420
Black
car.
Back to Sheldon Creed.
Austin Green having another strong run today. This is just his 3rd Xfinity Series start this year. 7th at Coda, 15th a week ago at Portland, running solidly now in the number 4 spot as the leaders work their way up to the top of the racetrack with now just 5 laps to go.
And Sam Mayer seemed to have caught SVG, but he lost the pace at turn number 2 there. He really soft-pedaled it through that turn after being aggressive the last 2 laps. So SVG's really opened it up, and Sheldon Creed has caught Mayer for that 2nd spot down the hill out of 3.
He gave up a lot of real estate to Shane Van Gisbergen, just like you said, Doug. He closed it down, and now SVG has pulled out to about a 15 car length advantage. The battle is going to be for the runner-up spot as the shadows grow long here at Sonoma Raceway.
That battle happening just a little over a second behind Shane Van Gisbergen as he safely again makes his way.
I don't know if it was announced before, if I missed it, but is this considered the halfway or no?
Continues to get pressure from
Yes.
Sheldon Creed as Austin Green tries to keep up the pace.
We are considering this a stage break. There will not be a caution thrown at 50. Okay, thank you. Natty and Roberts, you're not an admin.
You don't want to lose that rhythm. As the fight continues for second, Creed gets right to the back bumper of Sam Mayer in the middle of turn 11. It's about 2 car lengths off the corner as Mayer gets the strong run.
It's going to be 4 laps to go this time by. 3rd place, Sheldon
Where's
Creed.
5
He's
car?
not afraid to get physical.
Get ready.
Can he catch him coming up the hill toward
All to
the
59.
Let's see if he does. This time he's going to look to the inside of Sam Mayer, but Mayer cuts the inside off. So they both go right to the bottom of turn 2 and exit it right in line, right in unison.
All right,
Creed,
man.
by the way,
The
bathed
pace
in
car is
orange
in.
and white this week.
Can I get a black clear, please?
Colors he normally has. They are distant from the leader, SVG.
Thanks, sir.
Shane Van Gisbergen looking comfortable
All right,
in
wrong
front.
view.
Call it 15 car lengths is advantage.
Green, green, green.
Flies downhill through the chute. Sam Mayer is in a fierce battle back there with Sheldon Creed.
I'm going to need to
Got
get it
one
cleared one more
outside.
time.
You're on the bottom 3 wide. Outside. You're 2 wide there. All clear, all clear. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep digging. Ricking on the front stretch. Ricking into.
Oh, shoot, I got shoved down into you. I'm sorry.
Go low. You're clear high. Clear high. Ricking in turn 1. Ricking in turn 1. Ricking in turn 1. You've got wheel damage.
No worries, I got you.
But we obviously have that number 32 car.
Your car had too much damage. We've got to fix it.
And he's trying to maintain an advantage over Austin Hill, which has been at about 5 car lengths the last several laps. Into the inside of the second place machine of Mayer. Here comes Sheldon Creed. He'll wrestle that position away. He'll now set his sights on Van Gisbergen. The guy's It's going to take a miracle.
Sheldon Creed, good news. He now moves up to second. Bad news, 3 laps to go, 2.5 seconds behind Shane Van Gisbergen. Leaders again make their way to the top in turn 2.
And Mayer not done with Creed. He looks to the inside of Creed again as Creed exits wide on the turn 2, then blows the car down to get ready for the left-hander in turn 3. But Mayer charges it hard. Once
outside.
Back, that's not going to help him catch the leader, Shane
Stay
Van
low.
Gisbergen. And a reminder that Austin Creed is fourth.
All clear, all clear.
He's got the love looking in his rearview mirror and seeing those two battle back there for a second. It's letting Shane Van Gisbergen pull away. Easy through the right-hander up here at the top of the hill in turn 7 and back down into the S's.
Preston Cardis has been sent for a spin, but he makes his way back out onto the racetrack. We remain under green, and again, SVG continuing to pull away as he makes his way through the turns. Again, Sheldon Creed, a runner-up at Daytona, has never won before in the Xfinity Series.
3,
he locks up the tires in turn 10.
1.
Is it 8 runner-up?
Right here.
This is always a bridesmaid, and so far, never the bride. This could change today, but like I said, it's going to take something out of the ordinary because Shane Van Gisbergen is not putting a wheel wrong, and he continues to extend his race lead.
Off of turn number 12, 2 laps to go now for Shane Van Gisbergen. We actually have a battle for the 3 behind him. Sheldon Creed is the runner-up spot right now. Then it's Sam Mayer.
Shove me 56, shove me.
Each separated by 2 car lengths as they climb the hill up to turn number 2, and Mayer really closes in on Creed's rear bumper. Maybe Creed's used up the good in that Toyota as Mayer Chevrolet chases him. They go aggressively into turn number 3 with Austin Green sizing up that battle. If they get into each other, Green will be there to try to take the spot.
Van Gisbergen looks smooth on the exit of turn 4, downhill through the 900-foot short chute into turn 7. Nice, easy roll down on the inside of the turn, continuing to stay ahead of Creed and Sam Mayer.
Shane Van Gisbergen, if he's still having issues
that's
with
it.
Tried to catch the 71, but I don't know if I can do it.
Bricking in the tri-oval.
No pressure from behind as he makes that final dip down to the bottom
Bricking
of the hill.
in the tri-oval.
It's a right-hand corner, setting up for a left-hander right now. Hard on the gas as he heads to turn 10.
Bricking on the
Shane
front
Van
stretch.
Gisbergen came to the Xfinity Series knowing he had a steep learning curve, but he has been taking big chunks of it each race. He gets better and better on the ovals. From day one, he's been
Market reading the note of that.
Bricking on the front stretch. Bricking on the front
He'll be
stretch.
there when we go to Phoenix at the end of the year. Off turn number 11, 15 car length advantage.
At the line, 31 laps led for Shane Van Gisbergen. He'll have to lead one more to take the checkered flag through turn 1. Back up the hill to turn number 2.
So smooth up the hill as he's into the throttle, then eases off the gas there. Cocks that wheel to the right. Shane Van Gisbergen with the commanding lead over second place Sheldon Creed. Battle for the 3rd position. Austin Green looking outside of Sam Mayer, but that's not going to affect the lead as SVG is trying to make it 2 in a row here, and both on road courses.
The colt of Shane Van Gisbergen continues to grow. He exits turn 4. He loves racing here on the West Coast. Last week it was Portland. Looks like Sonoma for a trophy here today.
Van Gisbergen back down to the S's for the final time. Nice and safe as he works the left, right, left package there that as he snakes his way down the hill. Van Gisbergen things well in hand. And again, Sheldon Creed in the 2nd spot, better than 2 seconds back, doesn't have anything for him.
I think we're going to have to add an extra S to SVG because the last 2 weeks he's been Superman. Shane Van Gisbergen, he heads it to turn number 11 very smoothly down in the gears. Sheldon Creed is narrowing the gap, but Van Gisbergen knows this is his race this afternoon.
He continues to break ground in NASCAR, this time for the first time from the pole starting spot. Shane Van Gisbergen will drive into victory lane as he wins the Zip 250 here at Sonoma Raceway.
Sheldon Creed will be the runner-up. Sam Mayer finishes 3rd. Austin Green, just a fabulous afternoon for that young driver. He finishes 4th. Austin Hill 5th. The rest of our top 10, Justin Allgaier 6th. 7th is Chandler Smith. 8th is going to be John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer, Parker Kligerman round out the top 10.
And right now, Shane Van Gisbergen, he's got a new signature move here, and that's a burnout all the way around this racetrack. And he is lighting up those Goodyear tires around Sonoma Raceway. Coming to the start-finish line, John Hunter Nemechek, he's actually backing down pit road right now, had a tire issue on the left rear of his car. But, Mark, looking at our race-winning driver, not only did he take the field to school today here at Sonoma Raceway. He is just putting on one heck of a show for all of these fans here in Sonoma, California.
No doubt about it. Now, a week ago when he won at Portland, they handed him a rugby football. He signed it and then punted it into the grandstands. We'll have to see if he does that again today.
I can tell you right now, his crew members have that rugby football with the number 97 emblazoned on it right now, and they're ready to make that happen, and that's going to be a big, big thing. The fans here right on the grandstand side of things at the start-finish line, some big, big things that they're looking forward to here for sure. But what a great way to celebrate. You know, Shane Van Gisbergen comes into NASCAR last year, wins on the Chicago Street Course, his first start in the NASCAR Cup Series, gets a full-time ride, moves over here from New Zealand where he was a 3-time Australian V8 supercar champion and now is a 2-time back-to-back winner on the Xfinity Series.
The one thing that impresses me, it didn't take him long to get All-American with NASCAR because he took the lead from Austin Hill, jumped across the dirt, the inside of turn number 2, body slammed, hip checked Austin Hill, who couldn't be happy about that move. But again, Shane Van Gisbergen has shown that he's not afraid to do what it takes to win as he goes back-to-back on the Xfinity Series and now does a Major League burnout right here at the start-finish line.
Well, if there was anything wrong with the rear axle of the car, if there was anything wrong with the electrical system of the car, if there was anything wrong with the steering of his car, you absolutely wouldn't know it because Shane Van Gisbergen was coming to the lead before that final caution. He got the lead on the final restart by getting very physical with Austin Hill, is not afraid to come over here and door slam another driver, and he is absolutely taking this new asphalt here at Sonoma Raceway and laying down a bunch of rubber with a big burnout, a big smoky burnout. There are literally chunks of tire rubber smoking on the start-finish line now.
I was impressed by the burnout in the fact that it's a very tight quarters right there. You have a wall to the outside and the inside, and he just looped it around about 30 times without nicking anything. Let's go down to O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporter Brett McMillan.
Well, Sam Mayer wasn't the win that you had yesterday, but not a bad weekend all in all for you, was it?
Yeah, we were pretty solid. Huge thanks to my guys for putting the race car together. I could go out there and run it up front. We definitely wanted a little bit more, but we're going to keep bringing race cars that are as fast as Xfinity Internet each and every week. We got to be a little bit better on my side and on the team side to keep up, but we got a good stretch coming. I'm not too worried.
All right, good third-place run for Sam Mayer. Alan Cavana.
Sheldon Creed, a hard charge up to a second-place finish. What was that like trying to catch SVG? You had a lot of speed on that last run.
Yeah, no, the first set of tires was funny there. We blistered them, and I don't know, just a bad set. But stage 2, I knew I was good, and just needed to do an adjustment. Thank you. Just needed an adjustment, and after 5 laps there in stage 3, I knew I was really good. We got the caution. Obviously, restarts were chaotic, and
contact with AJ. What happened there?
I was part of the chaoticness. I just wheel hopped into 7, trying to get inside of them, and not what you want to do is go spin your competitor at wheel hop. And but yeah, just dug hard there to try to get as many spots as I could, and I knew the 97 probably was saving at the end, which made it probably look like I was way faster than he was, but I think if I'm there, I had a really good car at the end to be able to race him.
Right. Good run for Sheldon Creed. Brett McMillan?
Austin Green has had 3 starts in the Xfinity Series this year, and he has 2 top 10s, a 7th at Daytona, and now a 4th here at Sonoma. Are you kind of pinching yourself at how well this is going?
Yeah, it's just everybody on this 30-minute service group, Jordan Anderson Racing. It's amazing, those last couple laps there, I was kind of hoping for a caution, but our short run speed, we really weren't there. And, I made mistakes of my own, and but yeah, it was a hell of a day, and Doug Peterson can't thank him enough for believing in me and giving me this opportunity. And next one's Chicago, so got a little bit of a wait, but hopefully today it turns some heads.
When you're running with guys like SVG and with AJ Allmendinger, you can go to school all day long, can't you?
Yeah, it was definitely intimidating to have them behind me, but once I got around, I could kind of see where they were beating me and where I was gaining. So, this whole deal is just learning and getting laps, and so I think that was very, very, very helpful. And congrats to SVG on another win.
All
right, we'll see him in Chicago. That's Austin Green, 4th place finish. Let's go to Wendy Venturini in Victory Lane.
Shane Van Gisbergen has just taken the rugby all the way to the stands with the football there. So I had voltage issues, steering issues, every sound in the race car I was reporting to the fans at home that you were feeling, you were giving feedback. How much was that playing through your